boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
What up, though, Detroit? Welcome to the Woodward Tigers live stream. My name is Anson Wells. I'm joined by our Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff. How you feeling tonight, my friend?
Let's go. Time to get off of the schneid, Anson. The Detroit Tigers play on Sunday Night Baseball. We are here to break it down for you, and we are here to see a Tigers victory so they don't make it 7 in a row. And what better person to watch on the mound tonight than the best pitcher in baseball, Tarik Skubal.
Absolutely. He'll be facing off against the 29-year-old Jacob Latz, who is having a pretty decent year so far. 3-point ERA, 121. This guy should be able to give the quiet and cold bats of the Tigers right now a little bit of a problem. Do you expect the slump offensively to continue?
To be honest, I mean, we made Patrick Corbin look like Randy Johnson in the first night of this series. So I'm expecting, until I see it with my own eyes, the Detroit Tigers really have some more quality at-bats, really get deep into the counts and, start doing damage to the baseball. Everybody besides Riley Green, who got going late in that one. But, I'm going to try to remain positive today. I think with this righty stacked lineup, we can get to Latz a little bit, and I expect the Tigers to do so, at least getting up 3 runs, which we'll get to in a little bit.
All right, well, the Tigers certainly have their stopper going tonight in Tarik Skubal, but we got about 7 minutes until the first pitch. I know you've got some great picks, some Caesar's best bets. Let us know where to put the money tonight.
So the money is all going to be, we just talked about the left-handed pitcher getting a chance to pitch against this Detroit Tiger team. And to me, that favors 2 guys specifically who don't get pulled out of the game late. They're going to get their at-bats. And that's why I'm going with the all-star second baseman for the Detroit Tigers, Gleyber Torres, to get a hit in this one to go along with the big power first baseman, borderline all-star Spencer Torkelson to get a hit as well.
A hit, not a home run.
Just a hit for these two, not a home run. I'm not going for the big, juicy ones today. But when you parlay it, I was sitting at about plus 115.
You just want to pay your rent, not your mortgage.
Exactly.
There we go.
Not taking any too many big shots today. But both of those guys crushed left-handed pitching. That's why I think it's a favorable matchup for those two specifically against a guy like Latz.
All right, well, I'm sure we'll check back with that later on in the game. Hopefully it comes true. I know that we've got some things that we need to right the ship with. Offensively, the pitching wasn't great last night. I expect some great pitching tonight, obviously, out of Cy Young, Tarik Skubal. But I know that Nick has got some Tiger tasks that need to happen tonight to get the W.
If the Detroit Tigers are going to win tonight, they have to get 2-3 runs. Tarik Skubal on the mound, I believe he's going to hold the Texas Rangers, around 2, if he does, because he knows what the main task is, and it's to get the Tigers back in the W column after losing 6 straight. So I believe if he can get offensive production, and that's starting with 3 runs per game, which if they could get 3 runs, I believe they win this game. That's how confident I am with Tarik Skubal. It's not setting the bar too high for these Detroit Tigers who have averaged 3 runs per game on this losing streak, but I think that will actually get the job done today, which is crazy to say, but that's what happens when you have such a special pitcher, on the hill for you. If you get 3 runs, I like the Tigers' odds tonight. It's can they get 3 runs, which, they haven't been able to do in the last 2 games.
And you look at the top 2 pitchers in baseball, Tarik Skubal here in Detroit, and then, of course, Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh. Skeens has been electric this year once again, but he hasn't gotten the run support. And that's what we've seen over these last 6 games for the Tigers. They really need to, like you said, score 3 or more tonight for Skubal. Otherwise, he's going to start feeling like Paul Skeens real soon.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of a stretch there. I mean, the Pirates and the Tigers are in way different places, in extremely different places for their organizations. One, it's going to be selling and one's going to be hopefully buying like the Detroit Tigers will be. But there's no better. Tarik Skubal's here to calm every single thing down for the Detroit Tigers tonight, and he leads with confidence. I think you're going to see that confidence shine through to the other players, because when Tarik Skubal's on the mound yelling at the opposing
absolute
team,
pit bull out there
after striking them out, just one of those filthy changeups that we're going to see so often tonight. When he is yelling at the other team, hopping off the mound, doing his little moonwalk struts and whatever Tarik Skubal wants to do on the mound, that gives confidence into his other teammates. And I believe you're going to see that tonight, especially with the right-handed stacked lineup who have dominated lefties at times in matchups, and I expect them to get some more quality at bats tonight.
All right, I'm going to bring something up that I know you don't want to hear, but everybody's talking about it right now. There's a lot of people that thought this team was overachieving. A lot of people were all in, and they thought that this is what this Tigers team deserved. Now, 6-game slide. Some people are starting to crack a little bit, and they are saying that maybe this is the team that we actually have, and that they were playing above their head, and that regression is ahead of us for the second half of the season. Where are you on that?
So I do think that a lot of these players, were playing not crazy over their head, but we've seen it in spurts for this Detroit Tigers team. But you think of a guy like Baez, you think of a guy like Torkelson, I think they're due for just a tad bit of regression, but I also think guys like Parker Meadows and Matt Vierling are due to get back to where they can be, and it's a productive bat for this team. So I believe with some of the hitters, due for just a little bit of regression, you're going to see a lot of the guys that have not produced yet really start to pick it up, and that's why I believe they're not due for a big regression by any means. If the Tigers ended the season 19 games over 500, I think everybody's, applauding.
I'd applaud if they were 10 games over 500, to be quite honest with you. I think that would be plenty enough to hold on to the division at this point. We do have Cleveland a little bit on our heels, but they're 11 games back still. So yeah, it would definitely take a large collapse and a hell of a finish to the season for the Guardians for them to steal that spot from us.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Guardians at all. I hit on it a little bit last night. The Guardians are most likely going to be sellers at the deadline, and it's not every year that the team with a 0.1% chance goes on to make an unbelievable playoff run like the Tigers did last year. And I'm certain that the Cleveland Guardians are not that team to do so. So I'm not concerned about the Guardians at all for this division. I think we can honestly still have the conversations that it's not about the Guardians, it's not about the Twins, it's not about the Royals, it's about the Yankees, it's about the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Astros, the Mariners. It's going to be all the teams that you're going to have to go through to get to the World Series, and then there's some big giants out in the National League.
Yeah, and those are the teams we talk about every year, being in that postseason mix. It's important that this team is buying at the deadline, right?
100%. This team cannot stand pat at all, and I don't expect them to, and they have the prospects to do so. We talked about it so much last night because when you're not hitting, you obviously just want to talk about adding a hitter to this team. And I'm excited to see the boys bounce back tonight as we're almost underway here. Anson.
Starting lineup tonight, Jahmai Jones leading off, Gleyber Torres hitting second, Riley Green at third. Cleanup, Spencer Torkelson, Wencel Perez hitting fifth, Vierling, Dingler, McKinstry, and Javi Baez is playing tonight and hitting ninth. You like that spot for him in the order?
I do. Get him on base. Make sure, Jahmai Jones has an opportunity to hit him in if he comes back up in that one spot. But I do like that Jahmai Jones is getting another spot from his another opportunity from the skip there. I think that's big after him. Kind of an ugly at-bat last night against the lefty. I think this is a big confidence sign for A.J. Hinch to go right back to Jahmai Jones in that one spot. Let's see if he can start us off with a great at-bat.
Well, Latz is done warming up, and the first pitch is underway, and it's high for a first ball. Guys, listen, we got our first super chat in. Burn, let's go, Nick and Anson. Also, Nick, I pulled an Alex Cobb card in a Detroit uniform somehow, along with the 40K carp full art. Oh, and there's a tough cut right there. It's going to be a 1-1 count there. Fouled it back. Jahmai, you had some good things to say about him yesterday.
Yeah, Jahmai Jones, he is up here because he can hit left-handed pitching. It was almost like the Andy Ibanez of last season for this Detroit Tiger team. So I'm excited to see what he can do here.
Latz with this third pitch of the game. And it's a little low, which is going to get him to pop up. Might be out of play. Nope, catcher handles it. And the first out of the game is in the books.
Not how you want to start the game there, Anson. Just not at all.
Deja vu.
Yeah, right. 1-1 count. I believe he swung at the ball down in the zone there, or out of the zone there, and just not how you want to start the game for Jahmai Jones after your skip just gave that confidence back in you going into that one spot to lead off today.
Well, your guy Gleyber Torres is going to give you and all of our followers an opportunity to cash in early here. He was easily the best player at the plate last night, aside from the one swing from Riley Green.
Yeah, the thing about Gleyber, I'm expecting him to do some damage here. 927 OPS against lefties.
First pitch to Gleyber is in the dirt. 79-mile-per-hour curveball, and he'll get a little bit ahead of the count. 1-0. And it's very important, I think, that they start taking pitches tonight. We talked ad nauseum last night, the fact that they were not. Second pitch underway to Gleyber, and he takes a shot at it. This one might get down. And it does.
Let's go.
There you go. If you guys were listening, Nick Caesar's best bets is halfway home, guys. Gleyber Torres reaches safely early in the first here. This is definitely a better start than last night.
And that's what you can do when you get ahead in the count. It looked like he was sitting on that pitch there, and you saw Gleyber just load up, take the swing, and didn't try to knock it out of the park. It was a good combat, really good swing from Gleyber Torres there, and he's been crushing lefties all season long, so I'm happy that he's stuck with it there and got the Tigers, some momentum early in this one.
There's a high ball to Riley, who takes. Always great to see Riley take that first pitch. He's really improved this year. 262 batting average last year. He's got it up nearly 20 points to 281 this year. Does strike out plenty, but he's got a career high home runs this year with 25 as he takes a high strike there, a swinging strike to even the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, to me, obviously you've seen Riley Green do a lot of damage against right-handed pitching this season. He hasn't against lefties, so I kind of want to see him cut it down a little bit here.
Absolutely. There's another high four-seamer. Riley looking a little bit more patient today than he was last night.
He does look a lot more comfortable, and I think that's a big thing with Riley. And like I said, cut down on the swing here a little bit. He hasn't done damage against lefties, so just cut down, maybe go opposite field with it.
Torres with a small leadoff. Latz delivers, and he gets a nice 94 mile-per-hour fastball. Not high velocity, but snuck it past Riley.
Looked like he was trying to put that 120 roads
yeah,
up,
he did.
And on the high fastball, and it seems the last 2 days that's where they are attacking him right now.
Well, he's certainly the guy to do it. 2-2's a count. Latz delivers a high fastball that Riley took a swing at, fouled it off, staying alive there. This guy does strike out, but he does battle. He absolutely battles.
Yeah, the swing and miss is going to be there for Riley, but the big thing to me is doing damage to the baseball. If you are going to swing and miss, you got to be able to also put the ball out of the park like we saw last night. Big.
Latz delivers another foul off on a slider there by Riley. Staying alive, battling. 11 pitches so far. A much better start than what we saw last night.
Exactly, from Riley Green specifically, and he's got to stay in the zone. That's why if he's going to strike out and it's in the zone, I have no issue with it. It's when he starts really chasing is when he runs into the biggest problem. So, Latz here, 11 pitches. I'm excited to see, Riley stay in the zone here and, stay within himself. Only 8 extra base hits this season against left-handed pitching.
Okay. Latz, 29 years old, having a good season, a career year, in fact. Riley hoping to do some damage here, as you mentioned, to that little white ball. Next pitch from Latz. Delivers high. Another foul off by Riley there. Still 2-2 in the count. 0-0 early here from Arlington, Texas. Tigers, Rangers. And this young Latz, we'll see if the Tigers can do some damage and steal some pitches from this guy at this point, something that the Tigers were not able to do last night.
How great would it be if this team gets out to a lead? Let's see Riley do something here.
And that one's low and away. He takes full count here. exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. Staying off that breaking ball, outside in the zone, which we've seen him get a little, swing happy at times, a little trigger happy. So big for him to lay off that one.
Full count delivery here. And he's going to send it over to first, chase Torres back to the bag. Not a big leadoff, but he does seem to still be in Latz's head right now.
Yeah, Torres isn't running anywhere, I'll tell you that. But
You said that about Adolis, too.
First inning, and he stole a base. So, yeah,
No doubt.
We'll see how it goes.
And the delivery, across the plate, and a slider got him swinging a little foul tip for the second out. So Riley's retired, and going to come up with the cleanup man, Spencer Torkelson.
That ball didn't do too much there, Anson. I'm surprised Riley missed that ball. It looked like he was guessing on a different pitch right there. That actually is stunning to me that Riley Green just missed that baseball.
Yeah, I think you're right. So are we going to cash this early, my friend?
Good for Torque to leave
First
that
pitch
down
is
there. And like I spoke on about it before, I mean, Torque also has to stay in the zone here. That's what you want to see, but it's the damage that he's also done against lefties. Over 1,000 OPS versus left-handed pitching. That's why I believe that these two guys can get damage done and get the Tigers on early.
Catcher struggled with the first pitch ball. This one is a little high and outside. Close call for Blue, but he gave him the ball, which we had a very large strike zone operating against us last night. It's nice to see it tighten up a little bit here. Third pitch to Torque. Outside, he takes a little swing at a changeup, fouls it off. Count goes to 2-1. I like what I'm seeing so far from Torque here. Would have liked to see him lay off that one, though.
Yeah, that ball was 3 feet outside.
It was.
I don't know about 3 feet, but
more movement on that slider than what got Riley.
Exactly. Yeah, I would like to see Torque, 3-0 there. Maybe do what Telez did last night. Let's see how he bounces back.
The lefty Latz delivers another outside fastball. Torque looking a lot more patient than he did last night.
The more and more that we do this, Anson, the more that you will see me talk about and listen to me talk about Spencer Torkelson and Gleyber Torres against left-handed pitching. That's why the Tigers have been successful this season, and they has to be right here.
Love it. The next delivery, this one's charged deep but high. It's not going to get out of the park. This one will be handled easily, and we are out of the top of the first inning. Guys, once again, I want to let you know that in the Super Chat, we will read your comments, but I've also got an awesome little prize pack for you today, a Detroit Tigers baseball, as well as a Detroit Tigers batting glove. I've got an old school, let me turn these around so there's no glare here. All right, there's a 1991 schedule with Cecil Fielder on it. I've also got a Bo Burrows. I know you were a fan of that guy. A Bo Burrows Chrome rookie card, as well as a Junior Caminero rookie card, the hottest young man in the sport right now. You guys that are watching on Whatnot right now, if you want to head on over to YouTube, check us out, Woodward Sports on YouTube. But, hey, man, we've got some awesome new shows that are starting this week, as well as some that started last week. Oh, yeah. You want to tell us what's going on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the new lineup is insane here at Woodward Sports, and you guys all know that, and you guys are as part of the shows as anybody, so make sure you guys smash that like button, share the stream, and hop in that Woodward Sports chat and give us your guys' thoughts. And we got Tom Mazway in the mornings now with Sean Belegian to start your days off.
Two legends.
I'm super excited about that. Obviously, Big D energy. You get a little bit of T Foss on Mondays and Fridays now to go up with Neil, who is maybe turned himself into a little bit of a Tiger Slappy.
Don't say it. I think it's because of the Javi jersey.
Do you think
it's got to be the Javi jersey?
The Javi jersey has changed him. So
no doubt.
I'm excited to see him and T-Foss really battle it out on some of their takes. I know like you just spoke on, legends of the game. So Neil Rule and T-Foss to go with the one, the only Darren McCarty.
Another legend.
Yeah,
five legends so far. You've talked about 5 legends. Are there 2 more?
There we go. Braylon Edwards show.
Hey!
Chap 2 to 4. Make sure you guys check it out. It's going to be awesome. 2 Michigan legends. Excited to see that.
And then legends in the making after that, right?
Woodward heavyweights close you guys down 5-7. I'm in the sound booth at that, but you guys know Spencer and Easy. Shout out Chris TD and shout out Skywalker, who we have on the TD today. Our intern Skywalker,
there he is,
in the Detroit jersey,
Jedi.
trying to bring some good luck to the fellas on their second show. Thank you, Skywalker.
Let's go Tigers, baby. Let's go.
All right, Skubal ready to sling his first pitch of the game, and it's hit. And it's popped up deep to center, but it'll be easily handled. You got to like that.
One pitch, one out. What else? I mean, what more can you say? I mean, they're going to be, Tarik Skubal is going to be in that strike zone and be in the strike zone early. That is not going to be the first time, Anson, you see a batter swing on the very first pitch, because it's going to probably be the best one he sees all at bat.
Rangers lineup, Wyatt Langford was just retired. Corey Seager hitting seventh, Semien at third, Adolis at cleanup. Seager takes a rip there at a high sinker and follows it back. Falls a little bit behind 0-1 in the count.
Expect a lot of that today.
Absolutely. The delivery. Oh, that is a nasty changeup right there. Strike two.
The best changeup in the game right there from Tarik Skubal. I'm right back at it. That's what he does. Pitches with pace. Here it comes.
Serious pace as the fourth pitch of the game. It's a little high for a little high fastball, but dialing up to 98 already.
Already. You think that he doesn't know this team's lost 6 straight? Come on. He's ready to come out firing, throwing fireballs.
Right. Seager had a nice performance last night. Takes the 1-2 offering, and it's low and outside for a changeup. Evens the count up at 2-2. Seager, a little bit of a journeyman. Been all over the league, it seems like, these days.
No, Dodgers and Rangers. That's
Hey.
it, Anson. He's the only.
And he slaps one down the left line. This one's going to be extra bases. And he's going to be in with a standing double. Seager's a player. I hate him in fantasy.
In trouble early, the Detroit Tigers are already. Skubal's got a battle here. You cannot let the Rangers get ahead and get the momentum once again for this, in this series, which they've done so far through the first 3 games, or first 2 games.
Great
He's gonna
swing
have to
from
battle
Seager.
here. But yeah, that's
Really
what
a
you do
great
against
swing.
Tarik Skubal.
You can't take that away from that guy. That's a hell of a swing against a hell of a pitcher. Semien takes ball or strike one right down the middle, 95-mile-per-hour sinker. Big pitch mix that we're seeing already.
Yeah, expect that changeup to get probably the most strikeouts for you, but this would be a big spot to get a double play.
Low ball changeup, evens count up at 1-1. Semien struggling this year. Really has been one to defy age over the last few years, but it seems like it might be catching up with him finally.
Yeah, it seems like the Rangers really went all in when they went Semien and Seager in the same
Indeed.
same offseason.
Next pitch is a changeup fouled back by Semien.
Rare to see that changeup up, Anson.
Yeah.
But
You don't want to see it up, that's for sure.
Luckily, no damage done on that one. He tried to take a hack at it, wasn't able to. Let's see if he can get the wipe out pitch here. If he just went changeup up, maybe try it down.
Skubal's 10th pitch of the game is a high fastball, 96 miles per hour, just missed.
It's going to be big to get Semien here. You don't want to get back-to-back hits, especially with Seager on second. Let's see if he can get that swing and miss, but maybe still make him uncomfortable.
There's the delivery.
Got him.
And he just clipped it. Wow, what a nasty sinker. First strikeout of the game. 2 down, 1 man on second right now. Seager after that double down the left field line. And hopefully Skubal can get out of this inning with 15 or less.
Absolute paint job from Tarik Skubal
Really was.
right there. And speaking of a paint job, great framework by Dylan Dingler right there to keep the ball right on that corner. You got to see it, and that's what Dylan Dingler can bring to you to make sure that you get that call.
And
just like he did
another Dutch boy paint job right there. Changeup, 87 mile per hour, just clipped the bottom. And again, he kept that changeup low like you were asking for. 0-1, Adolis falls behind and asks for timeout here. Doesn't like that pace.
Doesn't like the pace at all. That's what Tarik Skubal will do to a hitter. He's going to speed you up. He's going to get back in the zone. Already got him down 0-1, and he takes his first time out. So like to see that from Tarik Skubal. Looks like Seager's toying with him a little.
Shot over the middle, breaks his bat over an 87-mile-per-hour changeup. Shattered that bat, split right in the middle.
We see the Detroit Tigers do a lot of bone saws. That was a buzz saw right there from Tarik Skubal sawing off that bat.
Man, I just remember hitting with a wooden bat as a kid. I was like, oh, I hated it. Give me that aluminum, man. That one, you know that he's still feeling that one.
Oh, yeah, definitely a stinger right there. Let's see if Skubal can shut him down here. Adolis will chase out of the zone. I'm expecting changeup low and away.
There we go. You heard it from our Tigers insider. They sure don't like the pace, and it is something that's remarkable to me. While these guys try and use as much of the clock that they have, this guy's way ahead of it. The 0-2 pitch from Skubal. Right over the middle, 98-mile-per-hour, dialing it up again. Garcia able to get a piece of it and stay alive at 0-2.
I think he was sitting on that, change up there, had a battle for that fastball. Cause, I mean, it stunned me seeing it right there. I mean, wasn't extremely well, placed right there, kind of middle in. Was not expecting that.
And he fires one high and outside, another fastball. Yeah, I'd like to see some sort of some movement on it, low and outside, get him swinging like you had mentioned. But this is pitch 16 now for Skubal. You want to try and see him get out of this inning without 20 pitches.
You would really like to see that, but I'd like to see 0 runs. Oh, let's go.
And there's the K, number 2 for Skubal. The first inning is in the books. Tigers are looking better than they did last night through 1.
You could tell Skubal's confident. You got Corey Seager, the only lefty in their lineup, I'm not mistaken, gets the double down the line. But Tarik Skubal bounces back, and he gets 2 good hitters. Even though they're not having phenomenal seasons, he was able to get Marcus Semien, who's been an all-star, and Adolis Garcia, who's been an all-star in the past. Both of them out in this one with the guy on second base. Big momentum swing here for the Tigers to put up a 0 in that inning. After, a couple Ks thrown in there as well from Skubal. Love to see Adolis chase because he loves to do that.
I'm a little surprised you didn't have a Skubal K total in your bet. Where are you at tonight? What do you think he's going to get? He's already got 2 on the board.
I'm not big on the K totals. I'm going to be honest with you, Anson. I try to stay away from the K totals because when Skubal's at his best, obviously the swing and miss is there for Tarik Skubal, but people are going to try to attack him early in the strikes or early in the count because they know he's going to be throwing strikes. But to be honest, I think we're thinking 8 Ks minimum, somewhere between 8 and 10 Ks.
Well, let's catch everybody up at home, and we do appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Please super chat, and we will read it. You also get an opportunity to win these prizes that we have here. But the Tigers do sit atop the AL Central with a 59-40 record, 10.5 games against the Guardians, who I do believe won earlier today. Minnesota 11 back. So it's a tight race between Kansas City, the Twins, and the Guardians, who are only separated by 1 game, but double digits behind the Tigers. Any scenario where you see this becoming a problem?
I don't even want to say it out loud, but it has to do with an injury.
Okay.
That is the only scenario, and it has to deal with like a horse getting hurt. Yeah. So that is your big hoss or something like that. That would be detrimental to the Detroit Tigers season. Obviously.
Yes, sir. Maz hates when horses get hurt.
I think everybody hates to see horses go down, but we love to see them running their fastest and doing their best, and that's what Skubal was able to do there with 2 Ks, stranding a guy on second, and hopefully maybe those guys do try to get him out early in the count so the pitch count can come down a little bit, so we can see Skubal go late in this game. Yeah,
absolutely. Around the rest of the league, Houston Astros atop the AL West, and Toronto Blue Jays on top of the AL East. Starting off the second here, Latz delivers a first pitch ball, and that is to Wencel Perez with a great 800-plus OPS. He's been a great surprise for the Tigers so far. He's looking on the second one for changeup strike. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, the thing about Perez is he came on the scene super hot this season. I mean, first game he had his first at-bat was a home run.
And this is a strike into left field for a nice base hit. Starting off the second here in style.
Love to see that out of Perez. And this is where the Tigers put pressure on early. They were not able to capitalize yesterday.
None.
But Perez getting on early, big swing for him. Love to see this for the Detroit Tigers to go back-to-back innings with getting a guy on base.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
gonna be big for
And I
them.
believe our first, we went 6 innings without getting any hits. I think we had 2 walks through the first 6 innings. It was a boring game last night. I'm not going to lie.
And here comes one of the guys that needs to step up big time.
Vierling, who did have a nice hit last night, takes the first offering for a foul, 85-mile-per-hour changeup. Latz looks decent so far. 23 pitches, giving up a pair of hits, but decently under control.
Yeah, under control, but I don't think this is a guy that's really going to overwhelm you. The Tigers got to stay within their zone, and they're going to have to do damage like Wenzel was just able to.
Vierling takes a swing at this one. He's going to drive it. It stays in bounds, fair play, and it is handled easily for the first out of the inning. Back over to first base, and you'd like to see him get this going. Like you said, the early start.
You've seen a lot of that out of Matt Vierling this year. He hasn't looked at all like the same Matt Vierling of a year ago. And when people say, should they add, should they not, they talk about Matt Vierling, he's got to be able to, get it going. And he obviously does, because that looked like a swing with not a lot of confidence behind it, Anson.
No, not at all. Not at all. High inside fastball on Dingler there. Nearly hit him. Now, you wanted our guy last night to lean into that one, huh? Did you lean into many as a player?
Yeah, I was a leaner because I had speed and I could fly around the base.
Led the league and hit Batman.
Not
There's
not
a nice
exactly that.
slider down the pipe that Dingler watched as it was a strike. Down 1-1 here.
Dingler with a 1.7 WAR on the season right now, and he's been a great story for this Detroit Tigers team.
He truly, truly has. Latz winds up and delivers. A little high on the fastball there. He's going to fall behind in the count 2-1.
Spot where he could really take advantage and do some damage here to the baseball to get Skubal that lead early, which would be so big for his. Skubal doesn't need the confidence, but this team's confidence.
I think that's the deal as the team. We need some confidence with these bats. We'll see if Dingler can do it here as he takes a shot over the
First to
second baseman for a second base hit of the game. Runners on first and second. You're a little bit of a soothsayer today, my friend.
There we go. I would have liked to see Wenzel go first to third there. Honestly, that's what we do better than anybody. Maybe he didn't see that off the bat too well. We see Joey Cora getting shown on it. Let's see if he was giving him the wave here. It looked like Perez got off at
That would have been tight. That would have been a tight play there.
I think it's maybe the turf there in Texas that was allowed that to speed up to get the center field on it super fast.
Yeah, it didn't look like it had much on it, but it got to the center fielder quickly. First pitch to McKinstry paints the edge there for a first strike on a four-seamer.
This is a spot. Zach McKinstry, all-star Zach. You see the 822 OPS. You got to come through in this spot, and I do promise you Joey Cora is going to be waving home Perez on a single to the outfield.
There you go. McKinstry's second pitch, and he smacks it to the right.
There it is.
Right field, and this might bring in a run. The throw to home is way off the plate, and the Tigers take their first Woodward live stream lead.
Let's go. Fire up, Chips. Z-Mac, Zach McKinstry, all-star hits in Perez. That's how you do it. He ends up at second base, and the Tigers are threatening and rolling early as they get their first lead of the series. And the Tigers finally woke up from the all-star break, Anson.
I like seeing that smile, my friend.
It's about damn time. Let's go, Tigers. This is the team that we remember, right?
Absolutely. And all four base hits today have been strong hits. Not something that kind of snuck through. They're swinging the bat confidently today.
Extremely confident. And this is a guy that can do something right here. Javi Baez looking to do some damage.
End of the order here with Javi. Takes a high fastball for ball one. It's nice to see him back in the lineup.
Great to see him in the lineup. I feel like we win more if he's taking rest days. I know our record is not nearly as good winning percentage-wise to when he is in the lineup. Let's see if he can stay in the zone and do some damage here.
Tigers starting to get at Latz a little bit here. High fastball. Still would just painted the top, but a swing and a miss by Javi.
We got the Woodward Sports Chat fired up as well. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's see Javi do some damage here. Let's break this one open, Anson.
Yeah, the Tigers.
He's the guy to do so.
Tigers seem to like they're finally getting after Latz. It's pretty quick, actually, but if they can chase him early from this game, it would definitely help us. The bullpen looked very susceptible last night for the Rangers.
It truly did. And Dante 151 with the first super chat. His first right now. That score deserves a donation. Let's go Tigers. Shout out Dante.
Dante, a legend in the chat. 2-1 count, 2 men on, second and third base. Tigers with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. Javi fouls off a slider for a 2-2 count.
And even if Javi can't get the big hit in this one, it's staying away from that, obviously, slider away, change up away, whatever it is, and get this runner from third home. With Skubal on the mound, to go up too early would be big for this one.
I'm kind of glad that Wenzel didn't go for third on that second hit of the inning. Next delivery here, the 2-2 is a high fastball that Javi fouls off. He does like the high stuff.
It is tough to lay off the high stuff if you're Javier Baez, I will say. I mean, he loves just being the free swinger that he is. And, sometimes the ball goes 40 rows deep in the back, and some other times he strikes out.
Next pitch, a wild slider that came inside on him, but he tagged it. Foul. Fortunately, boy, he put a little bit of mustard on that one. 107 exit velocity.
Yeah, it looked like he was all over that just a little bit early, so he pulled it down the line there. Maybe just wait on it just a bit, but big at-bat here for the Detroit Tigers and Javi Baez. Can he come through with some clutch hitting for the Detroit Tigers?
Huge at-bat. Lat's 37th pitch is well outside, a huge whiff from Javi. I don't know what the hell he was swinging at, Nick.
That was reminiscent of the first 3 years of Javier Baez in a Detroit Tigers uniform, Anson. That is the one pitch that I said we just got to stay away from.
Started outside, went even further outside.
Wasn't even close, and with a guy on second and third, with one out there, that is just not what we've seen from Javier Baez this season. And honestly, it was a little selfish.
Top of the order here, your boy Jumai Jones takes a big swing on a first pitch strike.
This is the spot for Jumai. We just talked about it. He's got the 841 OPS. He gets at-bats against lefties. AJ Hinch has confidence in him. Let's see if he can come through here. Inside
fastball taken by Jones. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Charles says, thought this was going to be Eovaldi and Skubal going against each other. Eovaldi is not starting tonight, lucky for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, he's been an aberration this year. Guy that nobody looked at in our fantasy leagues, was on the waiver wire and having a hell of a season.
Wow. He tends to fall down in drafts. I actually had him last year. He's a horse, though. When we talk about an innings eater, that's what Nathan Eovaldi is, and he's been a great pitcher for his career, or a consistently good pitcher. Sure. I don't know about great, but
Tigers with a 1-0 advantage here, 2 on, 2 out, top of the second, 1-2 count for Jumai Jones, top of the order for the second time. That was a nasty curveball, but it was outside and he took it, evening up the count at 2-2.
Catcher tried to get the call there, which, the ump last night probably would have called it just strike going against this Tiger
that was
team,
a strike last night all day.
This is a spot where Jumai Jones really needs to pull through for the Tigers. Love the 1-0 lead, but let's see it here.
Latz delivers high fastball, takes. Jumai gets the full count, so we should be seeing some running.
The boys are going to be going, maybe even watch out for that slider down. If you can get away, then you'll see, obviously, the third baseman watch out here. But this is a ball low.
Latz with his 43rd pitch. It's a slider.
Blooper.
Strange bloop's going to be handled by the second baseman. And the Rangers minimize the damage, which could have been a lot more, and get out of the top of the second.
And that's the at-bat that might come back to bite him from Javier Baez. I think with Skubal on the mound, obviously, you want to go for the haymaker. You want to land the big punch, but sometimes you just got to slow it down and go for, the body shots there if they're open. And I thought this was a perfect spot for Javier Baez to get the ball into the outfield and get the second run of the game. He chose to swing at the changeup that looked so far out and outside and low where, he wasn't going to hit that with a 10-foot, bat. But
I'm looking at the AL East right now, and Toronto, who's just been surging lately with a 3-game lead over the Yankees, and then the Red Sox, who seem like an afterthought, have been playing pretty good ball lately. They're 5 back, and then the Rays as well, only 6.5 back. It's a tight division once again this year.
AL East, Death Taxes AL East showing up to fight it out every single time in every single season, it feels like, for the AL East. And yeah, that Red Sox team has been extremely impressive to me. I think losing Devers, getting better. Bregman just came back. Nobody likes to hear that in Detroit.
Not at all.
Yeah, definitely not. He went off today as the Boston Red Sox took it to the Chicago Cubs. I know that.
Who would you pick to win that division? Think Toronto can hold on?
Oh, God, putting me on the spot.
Always, baby. Come on.
I love what Boston's doing right now. They're further behind, but I think I'll go with Toronto. I think they paid, Guerrero Jr., and I think that was a statement made to all of baseball that they're not going to be pushed around by the AL East once they opened up that checkbook, and I think Guerrero's a great leader for that team.
Yeah, we would love to have him here in Detroit.
Oh, God.
Vlad did crush a bomb today earlier, so he had a pretty darn nice day. Looking at the NL East, you got Philly leading the East, Cubs in charge of the Central there, and the Dodgers, of course, in the West, only a 4-game lead on the Padres. Is it going to be the Dodgers coming out again?
I believe it is. I mean, the Dodgers just have so many superstars, and they are built different.
To beat, man.
They really, truly are, and their pitching really hasn't even been good yet.
Well, we're back in Arlington for the bottom of the second here. Tigers up 1-0, and Skubal is going to deliver here. And a first pitch slider for a fastball. He gets up against Kyle Higashioka.
And shout out Mike Reed in the Woodward Sports Chat with the Super Chat. Let's go. Can't let Dante be the only one. What's up, Anson and Nick? Happy Sunday. Shout out to Mike Reed for the Super Chat. Make sure you guys like the chat. You are the biggest part of this show, as Skubal is a 1-1 count.
Yeah, a little change up in the dirt there. Couldn't get him to swing. Third pitch is low once again in the dirt.
They got Riley mic'd up here. Are you liking that or not?
Love it when they're mic'd up. Honestly, I love it when they're mic'd up.
I thought it pissed me off when Skubal was giving up runs early in the All-Star game. I felt bad because they're asking him questions. He's winding up to pitch. I didn't know.
Worried about my pace, my friend. Speaking of pace, next pitch is a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Blows it by Higashioka to even up the count at 2-2.
Swung him out of his shoes right there.
He
was taking a big hack. Riley mic'd up. All right.
A little easier on an outfielder than it is the pitcher being mic'd up. Next pitch blows it by him for strikeout number 3. Well, he's faced 4 batters and he struck 3 out, Nick.
He didn't stand a chance with that strikeout right there from Tarik Skubal. He just blew him away, could not catch up to the heater as Tarik Skubal picks up his 3rd K, and the Tigers look to have a lot more confidence after picking up the early lead in this one. Sunday Night Baseball. Riley's all smiles. Looks like this team's starting to feel a little bit better.
They do like the spotlight. They like national TV.
I believe so. Comerica was rocking last time that this team was on Sunday Night Baseball. When Skubal was on the mound specifically, like you said, how many Ks?
Jonah Heim.
Yeah, my bad.
Jonah Heim with a tough cut at a high fastball. Blew it past him again.
They can't catch up to it right now. I'm sticking with the heater if I'm Skubal, the way that these guys are late on the fastball. Yep. But that fastball up could be a perfect spot to put that changeup down.
The Tigers stopper has been in charge thus far early into the game here. We're in the bottom of the second from Arlington, Texas. The windup, the delivery, and he's going to pop him up off of a fastball for the second out of the inning. Making quick work. He's 24 pitches to get through 5 batters thus far.
Yeah, love to see it. 16, if I'm not mistaken, in the first inning with 8 here already. 8 pitches to get 2 outs. I think this is a big spot. If he's swinging early, if you could get a weak ground ball, we might be talking about a 8.
Hey.
We might be talking 8 innings.
He only has what, 1 complete game?
1 complete game of his career when it was the complete game
shutout
Maddox that he threw at Comerica Park against Cleveland when the Detroit Tigers were on a 3-game losing streak entering that game.
Hey. Deep cuts from our Tigers insider. Next delivery to Green. And he's going to miss on that one. Big strike there. Start things off. Cody Freeman falls behind in the count 0-1. Skubal delivers the second pitch, operating at a very quick pace. Painted the edge there, but he doesn't get the call on the changeup. Oh, they did give it to him.
Dylan Dangler, baby.
Oh, man. 0-2.
Framework.
Looking for strikeout number 4.
Going to put him away right here.
And he pops him up. That one's going to be out of play behind the catcher. Count is still 0-2 here from Arlington, Texas. The 59-40 AL Central leading Detroit Tigers are up 1-0 on the Texas Rangers and have looked a lot better than they did last night.
Yeah, they do. And they look like they're having fun again. That's when this team's at their best.
And a take on an inside slider there. Gets him a little bit of help. Cody Freeman down 1-2 in the count.
28 pitches now for Skubal. Let's see him delete Freeman right here. Keep that pitch.
Oh, yeah. And he got him with a pitch into the dirt. The changeup had him fooled, even though he shouldn't have been swinging.
Filthy changeup from Tarik Skubal there. He had no chance. That ball bounced up there, and he still took a swing at it. The way that pitch dives down, Tarik Skubal has mastered the changeup, and I believe it's never looked better. I think Tarik Skubal's changeup is one of the best pitches in baseball. I'm a little biased, but I would say the best pitch in baseball is that Skubal changeup. You just made, saw it firsthand right there, how it makes hitters look silly.
Yeah, he's made a few look silly already. 4 Ks with 6 outs. I want to go back to the standings here a little bit. I want to talk about some possible playoff scenarios. Is there a team that you really fear, and is there a team that you would love to see in the first round?
I think when you think about fear, it's hard not to think about the Seattle Mariners after what they just were able to do to this pitching staff. And they also have the horses up top with a Castillo and a Wu to be able to shut you down a little bit. Because when this Detroit Tiger team has gone up against the top starters in baseball, you've seen them look pedestrian at times. And this, with all the swing and miss this Tiger team has been able to, or has sadly done, I think the Mariners do scare me a little bit. You think about superstars in the game of baseball. You think about Cal Raleigh. No better
all
catcher
of a sudden,
in the game.
You didn't last year.
He was still having a really good year last year. But this season, he is legitimately talked about as an MVP candidate.
Monster.
Just
Roger Maris type of numbers.
Just won the home run derby from the catcher spot, and no catcher ever has hit 50 home runs. He's actually on track to hit 60, become one of 6 players to hit that mark.
Wow. How would you feel about a matchup with the Astros again?
See, when we talk about teams overachieving, I think the Astros are overachieving. They lost Kyle Tucker. They lost Alex Bregman. I'm stunned that the Astros have been able to get off to the hot start, as hot of a start.
Stealing signals.
Yeah. Don't tell AJ.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're just.
Do you buy into those two? I want to ask you about the Mariners and then the Astros.
Well, the Mariners, they're a tricky team. They've got a lot of players. Julio really kind of took his self-demotion from the All-Star game as inspiration, and he's been playing wildly good since. They've got the horses to really beat anybody in the AL if they're on. They're not necessarily a team that scares me. The Astros, having lost some guys, I don't really want to see them again, but I think AJ has their number. And hopefully we've got Latz's number here. We have so far. His first offering of the top of the third here goes for a strike. He's facing Glaber for the second time, who got on safely the first time. And he takes a second strike looking down 0-2 in a count. Not something you see a lot from Glaber.
Definitely not what you see a lot from Gleyber Torres. Am I worried? No, not at all. Gleyber Torres is the most professional hitter in this lineup in terms of driving it back. Excuse me, as he lets that fastball up, Anson.
There's some patience out of him there. High fastball, or high outside ball there.
What if I told you Gleyber Torres had twice as many walks as strikeouts against lefties?
I love those kind of numbers. Fourth pitch is in the dirt. That's going to even things up at 2-2. Tough slider there for the catcher to barely control.
Anybody's going to get back in the count down 0-2. It's Gleyber Torres.
No doubt.
Great leave there.
No doubt about it. A hell of a pickup for the Tigers this year. Next pitch, again, change up low. He takes full count.
Just like that.
Yep.
Every single thing that we've seen out of Gleyber Torres. Another 3-ball count. You guys will get used to hearing that when Gleyber Torres is up. Let's see if he can do some damage here.
What, 2 walks last night?
2 walks.
They might looking for another one here right now. And it's a curveball down the middle. He's just going to foul that off to the right side. Latz about to throw his 50th pitch of the game early in the 3rd inning with no outs.
This is what the Tigers can do when they're at their best. They can really make a starter work. We haven't seen them do it in the first 2 games of this series, but it's good to see them doing it here. Obviously, they weren't able to get the big hit with Javier Baez getting out and then getting out of that. And
everyone else has been patient except for Javi in that at-bat. Plenty of patience here, though, so far for Torres, and he takes a 4th high ball. He's going to get another walk.
Now, 17 walks on the season for Gleyber Torres against lefties compared to just 8 strikeouts. And when people talk about letting Gleyber Torres go in free agency because he deserves a big contract, I say keep him in Detroit because you see what he just did there and you see what he's done all season
And he
long.
deserves a big contract here in Detroit.
Exactly. I can't understand and fathom why some people are saying just let that guy go.
Latz with the first pitch to Riley Green for a strike. Nice looking slider there.
It seems like Riley's seen a lot of tough pitches already so far. Let's see if he can make something happen against a lefty right now.
And if you're going to dial it up for anybody, it's Riley Green, 25 home runs on the year as he watches a slider low for ball 1. Count tied up at 1-1 here. A little bit of a favorable situation for Green.
I wouldn't say so. He's got a 295 on-base percentage against left-handed pitching. It's a lot worse than his 346 OBP against righties. It's one of the things that is holding Riley back from becoming that superstar. Anson.
Sure. And there's a great low fastball that just clipped the zone for strike 2.
And I'm not saying he won't get there. He's 24 years old, and he's already made 2 All-Star games, but it's just something in his young career.
Next pitch. It's going to go well high. It's nice to see Riley lay off that one.
Definitely. That would have been a ridiculous swing if he would have taken it.
No
You would have seen maybe a mini meltdown.
Yes, sir. 2-2 count. Runner on first. 1-0 Tigers lead here in Arlington. And that's a tough, high pitch. Like he said, he's seen some nice pitches in 2 at-bats thus far, but staying alive as he fouls it off.
Little hit and run action there from the Tigers with Torres on first base. Have not seen that in a 2-2 count.
I thought you said he wasn't running today.
I'm 0 for 2 on these runners. I mean, I'm going to have to call one of them, right? But yeah.
Hey, you called that home run last night. I love that.
Shout out. Thank
Love
you.
that. Riley Green did put 1 run on the board last night. Tigers hoping to put a couple more on here again, and he's going to take a bouncer. It might be a double play ball, and that is a tough one from first to short, back to first. And you hate to see that.
Nothing like a inning killer for all of momentum, like a double play ball there by Riley Green, and it just looked like a really weak swing from Riley against a lefty. It looked like he was battling to fight off for contact, and you just saw it there. That's like I just hit on. He has time to develop against left-handed pitching, but he is going to need to in a hurry because that is how he's going to be attacked in the playoffs. Come playoff time, they're going to put him in the most disadvantaged positions, and Riley Green is going to have to learn quick because you can't always have Spencer Torkelson, Gleyber Torres, Jahmai Jones, the guys that crush left-handed pitching up.
Yeah, Torkelson up here in the cleanup spot. Nobody on base, 2 outs. Takes the low changeup. He's been patient so far tonight.
Could be a big spot where you see Torque unload on one. Nobody on base. Going to kind of be tough to get, back-to-back hits here to maybe score them. I could maybe see Torkelson really sitting on a pitch and taking it to deep left center field.
Next pitch is a low slider. Torkelson, again, with a good eye thus far today. He's up 2-0 in the count. The lefty Latz might not have a whole lot left in front of him here if he gives up another couple hits.
Exactly, I'm with you.
2-0 delivery, low and in the dirt. 3-0. Torkelson goes up in the count here. And Latz looking tired. Looks warm in Texas because he's sweating.
He is sweating, and the Tigers are making him with how many pitches he's thrown already. This is a spot, 3-0. I am absolutely giving Torkelson the green light here, Anson. You like it?
Yeah, with 2 outs in the inning, let's get a second run here. Let's get a second run.
sit on something.
Rangers manager looking a little nervous. Latz with the delivery, his 60th pitch of the inning, and it is a 4-pitch walk there. So just as much as you had said that Riley was struggling against lefty pitching, he might not see much lefty pitching for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Spencer Torkelson right there. Great to see him 4-pitch walk. I would have, obviously let him unload, but you got to be sitting fastball middle like Tellez was last night. They struggled to find the zone there, but that is now Spencer Torkelson's 22nd walk compared to
Wenzel Perez with a first shot there, and he's going to take the first pitch and hit it out to the right field. That's the end of the inning. But hey, listen, the Tigers do have 4 hits. It's a lot more than what they had looked at last night. They certainly look more confident offensively today.
They do look a lot more confident, but they also probably should have more than 1 run right now. And I think, you let the opportunity, you didn't seize the opportunity, I should say, for, earlier in that inning, you see Riley Green go into a double play there. It feels like there's some missed opportunities, but as a whole, I'm a lot more confident in the at-bats that I am seeing in terms of really making Latz do work here.
Yeah, opportunities and chances. There's none better than at Stanford, that 2025 model class. They've got all kinds of deals, and they've got one of the most impressive inventories around. So head on over to Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, gentlemen. Let's drive ourselves to a Tigers victory tonight.
That's what everybody's hoping for, especially in the Woodward Sports Group chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Super chats are more than welcome and will for sure be read. Make sure you share into all of your baseball buddies as well. Do you guys think the Detroit Tigers are going to win tonight? Do you think that they've missed out on some opportunities? Let us know, but make sure you guys are smashing that like button. It helps push this out as the Tigers have a 1-0 lead with the best pitcher in baseball on the mound. Anson, are you confident that the Detroit Tigers can keep it rolling?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Skubal would, when you know that he's going to be playing, when you know that you've got your stop around the mound, there's just a confidence that goes throughout the entire clubhouse. I think that they did have a conversation last night, take some more pitches, because they weren't last night, and they steamrolled through our offensive lineup. They didn't towards the end of the game. They were taking a little bit more patience, but it wasn't enough. We've been very patient early tonight, and obviously Skubal is pitching like he normally does. So I think a win is in the books right now. I did see a nice poll that our resident Jedi put in here. He's got 4 players to choose from for the home run tonight. Who do you see it being? Don't say Riley. You're going to say Riley.
No, I'm not going to say Riley. I mean, if he goes against a righty late, I like his odds. I'll tell you that, Anson. But no, I'm going to go with Spencer Torkelson. I thought they obviously stayed away from him right there because they've seen the over 1,000 OPS. But if they do put in a lefty late to go attack Riley, I like Spencer's odds.
First pitch of the bottom of the third here is a sinker, 96 mile, but that was more of a riser there.
Definitely.
Justin Foscue really struggling this year at a 167 clip. Shouldn't be an issue for Skubal here. And, boy, that one was a little bit further off the plate, it looked like, but he got the benefit of the doubt there to even it up at 1-1.
Dylan Dingler once again as Skubal gets hit. We got a super chat from Charles as all analysts said if Cy Young was today, Skubal would not win. Agree or disagree? They have Fried as the favorite as of today. I think it's all Skubal.
I'm just watching his performance right now. His pitch mix, his location. I mean, when he's missing the strike zone, it's not by a lot. He's really giving these batters tough looks right now. There's a changeup. Again, you talked about one of the best in the game, 86 right over the plate, and fooled him to the count of a 2-2 count.
Gonna see probably another strikeout here. Sorry to break it to everybody. Chris Fetter right there dialed in. You don't see him really having too much fun, smiling, laughing, but when they just flashed him before this.
Oh, and he got him with the painted low strike, 96 miles per hour. That's K number 5. He's out of 7 batters.
Sitting on the changeup, just absolute paint job on the fastball down at the bottom of the zone. And even if it was, next year if they could have challenged it, that was right on the line. And Dylan Dingler's going to get the call. Tarik Skubal looking extremely sharp tonight. Only one hit from Corey Seager through the first.
Is Skubal a Dutch man?
I don't know.
Dutch boy paint job there.
All right.
He puts another slider off, first offering there to Duran, and he takes for a strike. 0-1. Next pitch. Oh, man, that was a nasty changeup. Just missed the plate. Tigers up 1-0 here with one out, bottom of the third from Arlington, Texas. Skubal in command early of the Rangers lineup.
Looked like he got a little bit of that zone here as he tries to bunt that ball because that's how confident
They're trying to
he's
figure
feeling.
something out, huh?
Exactly. That's how confident he's feeling, trying to get a hit off Tarik Skubal, which I don't know how you have confidence unless your name's Corey Seager.
That's true. That is true. Ezekiel Duran facing a 1-2 count here, falling behind against the former Cy Young winner, maybe back-to-back. And he puts some high heat past him. How many is that? Six out of 8.
Strikeouts for Tarik Skubal. That was filthy. There's not a chance he was catching up to that high heater from Skubal. And all of them are guessing right now as Texas Rangers. Is he going low and away with the changeup? Is he going high heat? He is keeping these hitters off balance as Tarik Skubal currently dominating the Texas Rangers lineup. 6 Ks first time around. This is why Langford takes a big hack at a slider up above the strike zone. Love to see it from Tarik Skubal, who is walking around that mound with confidence, Anson.
Only 2 swings so far. Only 2 pitches that Langford has seen after he popped up the very first pitch of the game. He'll take a high fastball to even the count out at 1-1 here. Skubal operating. That was his 40th pitch. Pretty darn effective right now, averaging a little over 13 pitches per inning. And nasty changeup.
That is the best pitch in baseball, folks. Wyatt Langford, who, has great bat-to-ball skills, just could not even come close to that changeup right there. After that changeup, are you expecting maybe a high fastball, or do you go right back to it after that ugly swing?
I don't know how you get away from the changeup, but he loves that heat. I think we're going to see a fastball here. Nope. Another changeup low. Wyatt seems a little frustrated, but for a young guy, this guy is very, very resilient. Again, we talk all the time how we wouldn't mind seeing this guy in Tigers blue and white. Next pitch, and he gets him with that changeup. You called it.
With the changeup, 10 hitters have now come up to the plate, and he has 7 strikeouts, ladies and gentlemen. He might be going for a record tonight, Anson.
7 out of 9 is unbelievable. Through 3 innings, Tigers up 1-0 in Arlington, Texas, looking like a completely different team from what we saw in the first 2 games of the weekend series.
10 swings and misses already for Skubal in this game, and the confidence is back. Like I stated about this team being a confident baseball team when Tarik Skubal's on the mound because he leads with it. The amount of domination that he brings to every single baseball game that he is in, you're seeing it tonight with all of these strikeouts. Now 7 out of 10 batters he is K'd in this one, as the changeup is filthy, the fastball up they can't catch up to, and even when he's mixing in a slider, doesn't seem like they're hitting that as well.
I love when they K the side. Strike out the side's beautiful.
Here's Johnny, says, looked like a Willie Hernandez screwball. Are you familiar with Willie Hernandez's game?
I am a little bit. Not as much as you, our Tigers insider.
Honestly, well, a little bit
baseball
before my
insider,
day and
should
age,
I say.
but yeah, Willie Hernandez, legend. Tigers not winning this game. Says, great in bunting. No surprise there. That guy might be the most negative Nancy I've ever seen in my life. Let's get some more positive in here. Here comes the offense, says Jacob. Let's hope so, Jacob. Loving what I'm seeing. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Share the stream. Tigers looking to end the losing streak with Big Hoss, the Cy Young winner, on the mound. And I do believe that he would win the Cy Young if it ended today. I don't care what the odds say if Max Fried is the leader.
I mean, Max Fried had a stumble there for a little while. He was close with Skubal. I don't see them on the same level. We'll see how these two teams finish at the end of the year and where they stack playoff-wise. But, hey, it's tough to vote a guy 2 years in a row. But when you're deserving, you're deserving. And Skubal, to me, right now, it's a Cy Young winner again this year.
Yeah, it's been great to see from Tarik Skubal tonight. You're seeing just firsthand why he is set to, make a $400 probably $1 million contract here in the next couple seasons after, the extension. If he ever signs the extension, I don't know if he will, because that's not how Scott Boras rolls, but he is well deserving of that, and I just don't see I don't see the Detroit Tigers letting him walk. I don't care what that number is. What he means to the Detroit Tigers and the resurgence of having now the best team in baseball, there's just not a chance you let that guy go, and I don't care who owns your team, Anson.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans frustrated with ownership currently right now. Hopefully they're going to break out the checkbook and start paying some players on the level of the team's play right now. When you have a team playing like this, you got to break the checkbook out. I don't care if you're in Oakland or what.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. You just don't see every single day a Hall of Famer that you draft, future Hall of Famer that you drafted in the 9th round, if I'm not mistaken. And right there, he's cooking up with Chris Fetter, the best pitching coach in the game. You pair those two together for the rest of your career, you're going to look at a really, really big opportunity to win a World Series.
Lefty Lats up 2-0 on Vierling here. Vierling takes a tough slider up high for ball 1. That was a tough pitch to lay off right there.
I see Refry can't even carry Skubal's jock from Jeff in the chat. Yeah, loving it. Let's see if Vierling do something.
1-2 versus Vierling. High fastball, evens up the count at 2-2. You know, you mentioned that Vierling is kind of operating without a whole lot of confidence right now. I like that hit last night. I like his patience so far this at-bat.
Definitely. You'd like to see it out of Vierling, and I want to see a confident swing. He popped that one into right last time. Let's see him get back-to-ball skills that we've seen so far throughout his Detroit Tiger career.
He gets his bat on a change-up there, knocks it foul, stays alive. Count stays at 2-2. We're here in the top of the 4th, Arlington, Texas. Tigers with the lead, 1-0 after a run in the 2nd inning. Vierling facing off against Jacob Latz, the left-hander. And he's going to put that one outside to give him a full count. Vierling's got to be happy to see that.
Be big to get pressure back on the base paths early. That's where we've seen Latz really struggle. So to get pressure on the base paths would be big for Vierling.
The full count offering, smash to center field, might be over his head, and to the warning track, caught. Boy, he put that one for a ride.
407 out in center field. That ball went 406 all the way. Wyatt Langford was able to track it down, but talking about a confident swing, that's a confident swing right there. Ultimately, it resulted in a fly out, but that is the swing I want to see from Matt Vierling. To me, that proves that he's seeing the ball a lot better. Getting to that 3-2 count, putting a drive in a deep center, Wyatt Langford was able to make a good catch on it.
Yeah, they've got to be a little worried about their pitcher at this point. That was a 68th pitcher, 69 to Dylan Dingler for a slider strike. Goes up 0-1 in the count on the catcher. Dingler hitting .266 on the year with 8 home runs, 36 RBIs. He'd love to add to that total here as he takes a high ball fastball to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, I would like to see Dingler do the same thing here, try to put a charge into one, but they just flashed it on the screen there. That hit by Matt Vierling would have been a home run in 5 of 30 ballparks. So
not in Comerica.
Pretty good drive on that one. Definitely not in Comerica.
Not in Comerica.
Not in that massive center
Rangers in their blue uniforms today. Tigers wearing
those?
gray. Next offering to Dingler is an inside fastball, which he took. Gets up in the count 2-1.
How do you like those baby blues, Anson?
I like them if they're Toronto. I don't know if I like them for Texas.
I kind of like them. Hopefully, if the Tigers beat them in them, without a doubt.
No doubt. There's a shot off of Latz into the gap in left center. That's going to be enough for 2. And he's going to, they problem picking that ball up, but he'll stand in for a double there. That is a great, great hit. Second hard hit for Dingler today.
Bone saw baby. Dylan Dingler, the sheriff back there. What's he doing today? He's framing pitches. He's getting Skubal. A lot of calls there. And then, boom, what does he do? Big double, puts himself in scoring position for the Detroit Tigers. That was a big at-bat from your catcher. And honestly, I think he's going to be run into a couple All-Star games in his future as a Detroit Tiger.
And that bone saw move that you were seeing there, that's from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You guys don't know. Macho Man, a.k.a. the bone saw. But Latz might be, I don't think he's going to be done for the day. I don't think we'll see him again after this inning as the manager comes out for a little meeting out there. And while they're meeting, I want to let you guys know once again, we've got some awesome prizes here. We've got this Detroit Tigers baseball as well as a Tigers batting glove. I'll show it here while young Skywalker's got it on me. And then the old 1991 Tigers schedule with Cecil Fielder on it. Bo Burrows. I wasn't going to call him Bo Bridges. Bo Burrows rookie. And then the Junior Caminero rookie card. You guys know how hot this kid is. He's got to be the best rookie in baseball right now with our boy in Oakland struggling, Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, you had two great rookies right there. Junior Caminero, he's going to be a really good player for a long time. And you know who traded him, Anson, before he was on the Rays? The Cleveland Guardians traded him.
Hey, the mistake by the lake. They do make a lot. And McKinstry gets popped up on his first pitch there. Lat's very happy after the little mound meeting to be able to get past him there. And is this number 9? Is this going to be Javi here?
This is going to be Javier Baez with a chance. This is now the third runner in scoring position for Javier Baez in this game. And to be honest, Dingler has good speed at second for a catcher. I think you're sending him if this is a single. Javier Baez needs to come up big here. Can't strand Dingler.
First pitch of the matchup here. And it's high and inside. Nice to see Javi take that pitch.
Yeah, that's a pitch where you see Javier Baez try to swing through his roof and sometimes, swing out of his shoes and sometimes miss that pitch. So let's see if he can sit on something, maybe even away, and take this ball to right field.
Javi hitting .275 so far this year. Takes a big cut at an outside changeup for strike one, even in the count up at 1-1.
When I was saying taking the ball to right field, I want that ball to be a foot more closer to the strike zone there, Anson. That's not the swing that I'm looking for.
No, it's not.
He's not seeing him right now.
Maybe this swing will be. And it's a high fastball that he chases. Javi does love the high heat. Couldn't catch up to that one. Falls down once again in the count 1-2.
And if you're Lats here, well, how are you throwing anything else besides that changeup 2 feet out of the zone?
It's a great point. He's been swinging at most everything through 2 at-bats here. That one right across the plate. Hell of a slider. Got him swinging. Might be the last we see of young Lats, but I'll tell you, after a rocky start to that inning with the Dingler double, he locked it down.
Zach McKinstry, Javier Baez not able to get the job done and get the runner home, and that is now 3 runners stranded for Javier Baez, specifically in this one, with 2 strikeouts. Not seeing Lats well, but that slider was in the zone. Maybe Javi was a little bit surprised he wasn't going change up 2 feet out of the zone. Just not what you want to see from Javi Baez. A little bit reminiscent of old Javi, and I'm not saying he's going to resort back to that, but some of those swings outside in the zone reminded me of old Javi, I will say.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely looking better tonight, a hell of a lot better than they did last night. Of course, the Tigers dumped the game last night 4-1 in Arlington. Today, though, we just finished the top of the 4th. We're about to come back to Tarik Skubal in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers up 1-0 on the Texas Rangers today, looking to end their 6-game slide and salvage a win out of the weekend series.
This is a big one. I mean, 1-0. The Tigers, they've looked better, but the score honestly doesn't really even say that they've looked better here, Anson. They're only up 1, but luckily they still are up 1.
But swinging the bat a hell of a lot better.
They are. You've seen a couple ugly swings there by Baez, but they are getting deeper in counts. I think that's big. A lot of them saw Lats pretty well, besides, Riley and Javi, I would say right now. But Dylan Dingler, good at-bats. Torkelson, good at-bats. Gleyber Torres, great at-bats. This is what I expect when you got a lefty on the mound. Those are the type of guys where I expect to come through time and time again. Jahmai Jones wasn't able to. I think Lats actually will come out for one more inning and then maybe force AJ's hand to put in a hitter for Jahmai Jones.
That makes sense. I like that. You had a great point last night when Rogers was up to the plate wondering why Dylan wasn't there.
Yeah.
And the way he's swinging the bat today, probably could have used him last night.
For sure. Dylan Dingler is just a lot more of a consistent hitter than Jake Rogers, and he's proven that this season. That's why he is your starting catcher currently, and at this point, he's a better defensive catcher right now, too. And it's nothing against Jake Rogers. I appreciate everything he's done for the Tigers, but when it comes to putting fear into a pitcher's eyes, Jake Rogers isn't doing so.
Skubal kicks off the bottom of the fourth here with an outside slider for ball one against Corey Seager, who is 1 for 1 today. It'd be very nice to get this guy out. He was a thorn on our side last night and again today. Pitch 2, he fouls off of his own body there.
We had our very own Neil Rule in this Woodward group chat. If me and Javi switched bodies, but the Rangers thought it was actually still Javi, I think I would have reached base twice tonight. He's got a point there.
Well, he wouldn't have swung at all. So, yeah, Neil, you would have been on base, my friend. Skubal, another single he gives up to Seager, to the center fielder there. And Skubal kind of giving a little, it is what it is. Doesn't seem too worried about it. Again, 7 Ks to his first 9 batters. And unfortunately, Seager has his number today.
Yeah, it's no matter what Skubal does, Seager can see him.
Yeah.
And he was able to do that in the first time, if I'm not mistaken. I got to pull up the career numbers, but Seager is owning Tarik Skubal right now. And let's see if he can battle back and strand him the way he was able to do early in the game.
Marcus Semien, the serious veteran, nearly gets hit by an inside sinker there for ball 1 from Skubal. Semien, interestingly, as you mentioned, they brought in a couple of big free agents, and this one doesn't seem to be working out.
Definitely not. But all right, I'm looking for the double play ball here if you're Skubal. Right there.
And it's on the ground. It's a slow one. Might not be quick enough, but they do get the runner at second for the first out of the inning. Once again, Tigers up 1-0 in Texas, trying to put an end to that 7-game losing streak. And nobody better to do it than our horse.
Yeah, this is what Tarik Skubal can do for you. You can quiet the noise, quiet. The team's not even thinking about losing 6 straight games in this one so far. So Tarik Skubal able to get the ground ball there. Semien, not nearly fast enough off the bat, exit velo-wise, to get that double play.
That Rangers turf didn't help us much that time.
Definitely not. And for Marcus Semien, he's stolen 7 bags this year with Dingler behind there. I don't expect him to be running, but you might have to, kind of get a guy in scoring position against a guy like Tarik Skubal, because it's going to be hard to string together.
Adolis Garcia fouls off the first pitch, falls down behind the count 0-1, and takes another timeout. This is the second time he's taken a timeout against Skubal. He doesn't like that pace that Skubal operates at. Garcia, who hurt us a little bit last night, going to take his second pitch here unless he calls another timeout. Dingler with the frame. Another foul for Garcia. Falls behind 0-2.
Just off the end of the bat there. Nobody with the Woodward Sports Super Chat. Neil, you're the man. Neil, chain, chat, please. Shout out nobody for the Super Chat. And shout out all of you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's see if Skubal can get an inning-ending double play right here, Anson.
0 for 10, the rest of the team against Skubal. Seager, the only one, 2 for 2 today. And 7 of those strikeouts come against the rest of that team. So they are struggling. They're going to have to figure out somebody else aside from Corey Seager to help them. So far, it's not Adolis Garcia as he follows another one off, down 0-2 in the count.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a fastball high last time that got Adolis Garcia. I maybe going back to that if they're the slider low.
I like the call. He's going to chase Semien back to first there. Didn't like the lead he was looking at. Skubal ready to unleash his 52nd pitch of the game. A double play right here would be crucial.
It would be, and I don't expect this one to be in the zone, though. Oh, am I wrong?
Nasty changeup for strikeout number 8 for Tarik Skubal. I'm telling you, brother, you should have had that on your bet.
Definitely. I mean, at this point, 8 Ks, he's on track to do, like 15 right now. But, yeah, Tarik Skubal, filthy changeup. We talked about that fastball up. I think Adolis was sitting on it because that changeup just absolutely fooled Adolis Garcia. That was middle.
Crazy
and it was
movement.
Absolutely filthy. Great pitch by Tarik Skubal.
Skubal with an outside fastball there. Nowhere near the plate.
Mitt. Pissed at himself for missing that big.
Higashioka wasn't fooled at all on that one. A patient batter, not much power. Kyle Higashioka did play well last night, looking for his first base today. And it's not going to be on that one, a low slider that he takes and gets ahead of Skubal in the count here, 2-0.
This guy's not going to beat you. You don't beat yourself here if you're Tarik Skubal. He knows that. We all know that. Everybody in Arlington, Texas knows that. So I expect Skubal to get back in the zone here.
Oh, it wasn't in the zone, but it sure was a strike. That changeup is working just fine today.
Yeah, that one wasn't in the zone, but it looked like it was going to be, and then it falls off the table right there. Ugly swing from the Texas Ranger. And let's see if Skubal can just keep right about there.
Pitch number 56 is over the plate, fouled back. Higashioka stays alive in a 2-2 count here. Once again, from Arlington, Texas, we're in the bottom of the fourth. Tigers lead 1-0, trying to snap that 6-game slide.
Big pitch here, looking for that 9th strikeout of the game for Tarik Skubal. Looks like he is dialed in from the look in his eye. I'm excited to see this pitch. Probably another changeup.
And it was, but he got some wood on it, and he sends Vierling deep for it, catches it at the warning track. Skubal, little scared, but he's out of the fourth. Nice and clean, 57 pitches. He's on pace.
He is on pace for sure. Matt Vierling came in on that baseball. That is the exact opposite of what you are taught to do in center field. First step was in. If that ball got over his head, you might have saw a little bit of a crash out Kohloff right there. I would have been extremely pissed. Tarik Skubal, he probably would have been yelling.
Pissed.
He would have been furious. But great to see Tarik Skubal strand Seager again in this one. And shout out everybody watching. You see Neil Rule say, great show, boys. I'm really enjoying it. Shout out to all the chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Anson, you loving what you've seen out of Tarik Skubal so far tonight?
It's so fun to watch his command, not just of his pitch mix, but just the command of the diamond. When he's out there, you can tell there's a completely different tempo and energy, and it filters throughout the offense, but he's scary. He's intimidating. You come out there, and even at home in Arlington, these guys look like they're not happy to be there.
Exactly. I don't think anybody's ever happy when they're going to go up against Tarik Skubal, the big hoss lefty who is literally a psychopath on the mound. He's going to yell at you right there. You saw him extremely pissed off when he missed the zone outside, slams the mitt as I slam into this microphone. And it's just so much fun to watch Tarik Skubal. It truly is. The Tigers have a different buzz when he's on the mound. Let's see if they can come back this half inning and really give him a lead to work with, not just a 1-0 lead, which he has right now.
I do want to remind the chat real quick before we circle back to the Tarik Skubal Cy Young conversation. We've got some awesome prizes here, guys. We will read your super chats, and then at the end, if you super chat, I'm putting you on the wheel. And Dante151, don't worry. I remember you from last night. I'm already got you on the list. But you'll get an opportunity to take home this Junior Caminero rookie card, as well as a Tiger Ball and batting mid and a couple other cards as well. But, you brought up Tarik Skubal earlier, talking about the odds and where they are. I don't care about odds. I like stats. I like presence. The stats back it up, and we're watching his presence right here. Do you really think that they would vote anybody other than him unless he has a complete, downslide through the rest of the season? If he stays playing the way that he is, who else could it be?
The Detroit Tigers are on primetime right now for one reason, Anson. It's because Tarik Skubal is taking the mound.
No doubt about it.
For the second time on Sunday Night Baseball.
And Jones takes a curveball for a strike there to start the top of the fifth inning from Latz. As you mentioned, he is back. And they're hoping that they can keep him for a Mr. Riley Green. Ooh, a nasty change up there. Got Jones swinging way outside of the zone for an 0-2 count.
Jones hasn't looked like the same hitter against lefties so far this series. This would be really big for his confidence. Obviously, AJ went back to him going up against a lefty, but we haven't seen it so far this series. This is a big spot for Jones, 0-2.
A big spot for Latz here. He'd love to hang on for this inning. There's a nice strike over the plate. Jones takes it, follows it back, stays alive, but behind well in the count at 0-2. He looks like an old school 80s player. Jahmai Jones, like when I hear that name, I think he's going to look completely different. This dude looks like he's on the 86 Tigers.
With the mustache ready to roll. Yeah, I spoke to Jahmai Jones. He's a hell of a guy.
And there's a shot to the third baseman, which they'll handle easy. He's got some wheels. That's why he's hitting leadoff.
But that doesn't change the fact that he needs to start hitting lefties for this team, Anson. I'm going
No
to call
doubt
it how
about
I
it.
see it. He's in the lineup right now for one reason, and he's 0 for 3 to start this game against
Setting
the
the
lefty.
table, too.
Setting the table for the big dogs, and he's doing a bad job setting the table right
surely
now.
is. Forgot all the forks.
The guy that's never going to forget the forks, Anson, is Gleyber Torres.
Do you have to count the forks, the tops, to know which one is what? Well, we're counting pitches here. Riley Green, that's Gleyber Torres. 1 out, top of the 5th here. He's 1 for 1 with a walk, and it got another tag there. He's 2 for 2 today. You crushed it. Told us that he would get a hit, probably get it early. In fact, he's reached base safely 3 times.
Gleyber Torres, this is what he does. It's great at bat after great at bat, and because they know that he is a threat to walk, they try to get ahead of him early. Right when you think he's going to take the first, boom, first pitch swinging. That's what he does. Drive the ball in the left field. Gleyber Torres sets the table once again, Anson, for this Detroit Tiger team. They have a righty warming up in the bullpen. There's not a goddamn chance they put him in to see Riley
No, they're
Green.
going to leave Latz in for one batter, and his name is Riley Green. Here it is. Riley Green 0 for 2 today. Takes a first pitch, 4-seam fastball over the plate for a strike. Green again with the only run last night with his 25th home run in Arlington, hoping to do a little bit of damage today with Gleyber on base. All 3 times he's been to bat so far.
That is what he does, Anson. Let's see if Riley can do something here.
And he smashes it. It looks like it's going to be a double play ball, handled easily by the second baseman. And young Jacob Latz escapes the 5th inning. We head to the middle of the 5th. Arlington, Texas. Tigers still with the lead, 1-0.
What are we doing here? Second straight double play for Riley Green against the lefty, and this is a big spot where you needed to get that at bat to Spencer Torkelson. He takes a big hack. He grounds out to second base. Not what you want to see from your 2-time All-Star Riley Green. He's got to put together a better at bat against the lefty, and he's got to get back in the cage and find out how to be more successful against left-handed pitching. Right now, he is looking like a detriment to this team in terms of the momentum that they've built, especially with Gleyber Torres getting on base so often. If Riley Green's not going to be able to hit lefties, I don't think you're going to see him in that 3 spot against a left-handed starter.
Just running through the Sunday slate of games here real quick. Toronto Blue Jays did edge the Giants by a score of 8-6. Orioles got past the Rays 5-3. Angels beat up on the Phillies 8-2. White Sox got a win against the lowly Pirates 7-2. Padres beat up on the Nationals 8-1. Yankees with a win over the Braves 4-2. Royals handled the Marlins 7-4. Mets just edged the Reds 3-2. Guardians win at home against the Athletics 8-2. Red Sox on that. They're on they're rushing, man. They're making a move. They win 6-1 against the AL Central leading Chicago Cubs. Twins get a win against the lowly Rockies 7-1. Astros beat up badly on the Mariners 11-3. Brewers get a win over the Dodgers. Cardinals over the loss to the Diamondbacks. And the game of the night. We are in the middle of the 5th inning right now. Arlington, Texas. Jacob Latz against Tarik Skubal. Tarik Skubal has certainly won the matchup so far with a hell of a lot of strikeouts and limiting everybody on the Rangers except for Corey Seager.
And it seems like there's been some really big missed opportunities for the Detroit Tigers in this game so far. But I'm still extremely confident. And there we see the AL Cy Young, and the odds are still Tarik Skubal as the favorite at -210, Crochet +300, DeGrom +900, Hunter Brown, Max Fried, Nathan Eovaldi. Yeah, this is Skubal's award to lose, and I believe he's going to go back-to-back, Anson.
Yeah, I think so too. Skubal's first pitch of the 5th is a low ball fastball. Allows Heim to take a 1-0 lead in the count here. Skubal's second pitch to Heim. An inside sinker framed nicely by Dingler, but Blue wasn't falling for it there. 2-0. And you've seen Skubal just start to lose a little bit of command over the last couple of batters.
Yeah, a couple pitches here, finds himself down 2-0, but
Not that one.
exactly.
Nasty fastball over the plate. Had him swinging for strike number 1.
This is a big spot for Tarik Skubal to get the boys right back, hitting and try to get a quick inning so he can go deep into this game. I know we've talked about bullpen concerns for the Detroit Tigers. Let's see if Skubal can eat as many innings as possible with this lead.
Inside changeup for ball 3. Skubal looking a little annoyed.
He gets angry at himself when he can't hit his zone, when he doesn't hit his spots, because it doesn't happen often.
Ooh, and a nice sinker there. Heim fouls off to the tune of a full count. 3-2 here from Arlington, Texas, early in the bottom of the 5th.
I want to see him challenge Jonah Heim in the strike zone here. Truly, I don't want to see a walk here. That just ridiculous number, 161 Ks to 16 walks. Let's see him get a K here.
Ooh. Got him to swing at it, but he's able to get a piece of it and stay alive. Jonah Heim is a tough out. Not a crazy masher or anything like that, but always been a tough out.
For sure about that as he resets right there. We got a super chat from the one, the only Dante151. I have a question. Why do people crash out so much on X? ? Because holy smokes, when any Tiger player doesn't do something, it's like the end. Welcome to social media, Dante. And we got to talk about it because it's going down live as Tarik Skubal sets up the 3-2.
3-2 pitch on the way, fouls it off. 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Heim just barely caught up with that one.
Barely. And shout out, thank you so much, Dante, for the super chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button as Skubal looks to pick up. Is it his 9th K right now? Or is it his 10th, going for 10?
He didn't get that first. No, I think this would be 9. He's going to pop him up here. This one's going to be in play. Easily handled there for Torkelson for the first out, bottom of the 5th. Once again, Tigers up 1-0 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers on the road in the final game of a 3-game weekend series against the Rangers. Rangers have won the first 2 games of the set. Tigers looking good, though.
Exactly. Looking really good. And what's up, Doe, with Detroit Gun? He said, just wanted to stop in and say, what up, Doe? Well, we appreciate you stopping in.
What up,
Tarik
Doe?
Skubal, if you've missed anything, it's been on an absolute tear so far in this game. Only Corey Seager has been able to hit him so far.
Yeah, and he offers up a first pitch changeup to Kobe Freeman. Kobe wanted none of that. He watched it go over for a strike.
This is where you see some overpowering of Skubal against some inferior hitting.
And he threw him another changeup there, clipped the plate, but was able to get a little bit of piece of it. Either way, it's a foul. Either way, it's a strike.
Down 0-2 already, as we've seen Skubal do so often. He gets ahead of hitters. This is where he keeps them off balance. And is it going to be the changeup low? Is it going to be the fastball up high? Cody Freeman looks like he's looking for his first hit this season.
Yeah, high fastball. Was hoping to get him to chase. He did not. A lot of ink on Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of tattoos. 1-2. Skubal likes the sign and delivers. Fastball right over the heart of the plate. Freeman gets some bat on it, but not enough for an easy out to the right fielder there. And only 85-mile-per-hour exit velocity. That thing wasn't going too far. Skubal getting 2 outs in the inning so far. We'd love to see him get another strikeout here, though.
Another strikeout would be great. I'm not going to complain if he's not getting the strikeout, though. I'm going to just say right here, Anson, it's going to be more valuable for the Detroit Tigers if he can go deeper into this game and keep that pitch count down compared to racking up that Ks. That might be a little bit flashy, and all the people love to see the big strikeout numbers.
Certainly. If he can get a quick out here, he'll be operating under 15 pitches per inning, which is where you love to see your Cy Young pitcher pitching. Right now, Foscue gets a first pitch ball and then a nasty sinker across the plate to even things up at 1-1. I don't know much about this Foscue kid, but he doesn't look that impressive.
It's a 9-hitter on a Texas Rangers team, 1 game above 500. Let's see Skubal put something over the plate there. He's just challenging him with that fastball.
Yeah, that's a nasty fastball, and that kid was lucky to get a piece of it. He stays alive at 1-2 here. Foscue. Interesting. Skubal starting to get a little more in control. It looked a little off at the start of the inning and the end of last inning, but his control and accuracy is just dialed right back up, and he's added a tick or two to his fastball. Next pitch, another fastball at 99, high in the zone. Foscue takes it for a ride, foul, and once again stays alive with a 1-2 count.
Looks like he's late on that fastball, Anson. I don't know if he switches it up, but if he does, you could see an ugly swing here by Foscue.
Love that. Let's see Skubal with the delivery. Uh-oh. And it was the changeup, and he did get a hold of it, but not enough. Easy out in left for Riley Green. And we are through 5 in Arlington, Texas. Woodward Sports Tigers live stream. We appreciate all of you guys joining us. We got plenty more game to go, plenty more Tarik Skubal to go. Please hit us with your super chats. We got a nice prize package at the end of the show. For everyone that gets in the super chat, you're getting a spot on the wheel. So we'll spin that thing at the end.
Skubal's been dominant, Anson. This has been so much fun to watch, and he's got his ERA down to a 2.14, only giving up the 2 hits to Seager, 8 Ks so far in this one with 0 walks, and going into this game, he had his ERA at a 2.23. So for all those saying anybody else besides Tarik Skubal, Cy Young is looking quite ridiculous right now. Shout out Rob Parker.
No doubt about it. So, we had kind of talked a little bit about the Tigers draft picks.
Yes,
You want to spend a little bit of time telling us about our first round pick first?
Yeah, so the Detroit Tigers were picking late in this one, which I expect them to do so often. And
hopefully
they drafted Jordan Yost, a shortstop, prep shortstop who was committed to Florida, and he has been, not a part of that USA circuit ball that you've seen a lot. So they're really depending on their scouts for the development, but it's a really great bat-to-ball skill type player for Jordan Yost, but the upside, as a power hitter isn't really projected right now for Jordan Yost, but it's a big average guy. You could think maybe a McGonigal with a better frame, but they're really taking a big swing on him, and he's signing for $500K below slot so they can maybe bring in some of those later picks who they took big swings on to try to pry them away from college.
And it seems like from everything I'm hearing, they took some kind of big swings on all their picks.
It was big swings. It kind of reminded me almost of a Brad Holmes-esque draft.
Okay. I'm okay with that. That tells me you've been doing your due diligence, figuring out who these players are. And when I look at our minor league system, the way that they're all playing and the prospects that we're pushing up right now, I'm okay with that.
For me, for this specific draft, it was all about the developmental pieces. That's what they went with within the first 2 rounds. And to me, comparing it to the Lions, it almost reminds me of like a Manu pick, trading up and going for a Manu, or a B-Rod, Broderick Martin, who didn't pan out.
They
so
sure did not.
That's why when you go for these such high swings, you're going to swing and miss sometimes. But with Jordan Yost and the catcher they took, we'll see if these swings pan out. And speaking of that catcher they took, could make some upgrades if they could move off of a catcher in the system as Torkelson takes that bat.
Yeah. Luke Jackson is out of the bullpen for the Rangers. Young Jacob Latz is done, giving up only 1 run. Looked a little shaky early, but he held on for a nice outing for the Rangers. Torkelson 0 for 1 today with the walk. Third pitch here ahead of the pitcher at 2-0, but he takes a slider looking there, and it's a 2-1 count now. Third pitch of the game for Jackson. Luke Jackson's a guy that I do like. We'll see if he can hold up here against the heart of the order. And there's a smashing shot from Torkelson, and it might go out foul. No, it's going to stay in bounds. Nearly a home run, nearly foul, nearly cast your bet.
That's twice now from Tarik where he has just gotten under these baseballs, and they've been misses by the pitchers, and he hasn't been able to do damage to it.
I liked how you said getting under these baseballs.
Multiple baseballs. He's getting under the baseballs currently right now, and right there he tried to just hit another home run, but even he's pissed off at himself. You wish that ball would have got foul.
A high outside curveball is the first offering.
Yeah, that average for torque, 221 against righties and 272 against lefties. So that was a spot with a miss where he could have done
Perez
some damage.
put some bat on this one. It's deep left near the warning track and will be handled easily. 2 outs quickly. Luke Jackson making quick work of the Tigers here in the top of the 6th.
Not what you want to see out of the Detroit Tigers. Up 1 in this one. 2 swings where, let's just call it, they could have done some big time damage to the baseball there. They were unable to do so. We'll see what Vierling has here.
Vierling with a confident swing, near home run last time up to bat. Takes a high fastball, really, really close to a strike, but it's called a ball. Great take from Vierling there. Only a 182 batting average, a guy that we thought would really help this team coming back from injury. He takes a second slider in the dirt and gets ahead of Jackson 2-0. Somebody finally making Jackson work here in his first inning out of the bullpen. Vierling sets and ready for the third pitch. There he face and another outside fastball. Vierling looking good and patient right now, up 3-0 in the count.
I love to see this from Matt Vierling. This is what you definitely want to see out of him. And 3-0, I'm, again, giving the Matt Vierling the green light. If you put the confidence in the player, let's see if you can get, rewarded.
And he didn't take the green light as he takes a 93-mile-per-hour fastball right over the pipe.
I'm glad he laid off that one. Want that to be on the record. That's not a pitch you swing at.
There's one. And he's going to get popped up off the fastball. And a quick and easy top of the 6th of the Rangers, 11 pitches, 3 batters down. Tigers still hold the lead as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Woodward Sports Tigers live stream. We appreciate you all joining us here. My name is Anson Wells, and I'm joined, of course, by our Tigers and baseball insider, Nick Kohloff.
Fastball right down the middle there, Anson, that Matt Vierling wasn't able to do damage on, as Torkelson, Perez, and Vierling all missed on pitches in the zone that should have been, extra base powers, extra bases, and they weren't able to do so. They weren't able to capitalize, and they are putting Tarik Skubal in a really tough spot here to just hold on to a 1-0 lead as they got shut out in the first game of this series. They got 1 run late in the 9th last night and are currently being held to 1 run still. If the fans out there still don't want the Tigers to make it bad, I don't know what else you have to see from this Tigers offense.
Yeah, and I talked earlier. I said, I hope we're looking at a Skeens outing where it's masterful, but you can't get any run support. I have to say, from last night to tonight, the offense looks so much better. I know it's not. I know it's the same amount of runs, but they're taking pitches. They're getting some actual wood on the ball at this point. Yesterday, no hit for 6 innings, and they really didn't get much done after that either. Today, they look more patient, and I have a lot more confidence in this offense through the rest of the game.
I do.
So much,
I think they've been in spots where they've had the ability to score runs, but they haven't come up with the big hit once again. And to me, you can get guys on base all you want, but if you're leaving them on base, you're not doing anything. As Skubal comes back out in this one, and Corey Seager, you see it right there, 2 for 2 with the double, and the rest of the team 0 for 15 with AKs.
Yeah, he's owned everybody not named Corey. Corey, as we get a chance to look at both of his hits today, and Skubal kind of laughing because he knows that he's been dominating the Rangers, at least 8 of them.
Yeah, and Seager, you see him have these kind of matchups with like the big superstars in the game of baseball, where it's like a real recognized real type thing.
Yeah,
like they know they're both at the best. They know they're 2 of the better players in Major League Baseball. And I think you see that respect really shine down. He had an interaction like that with Buxton against the Twins on Sunday Night Baseball, and you've seen it with Bregman so far this year as well.
Yeah, Buxton was out today, unfortunately, but Skubal is in, and so was that pitch right over the plate for a first pitch strike here against Duran, final hitter of their lineup. The next pitch is in the dirt, slider. As they zoom in on the shoes of Duran, Ezekiel Duran struggling mightily this year at a 148 batting average. Really can't seem to get on base either. Struck out his first time against Skubal. And that one is a tough, that changeup is nasty.
It's the best pitch in baseball, Anson. I will continue to say that time and time again. Just keeping hitters so off balance what he's able to do with that changeup.
Skubal with the 1-2 pitch here and a check swing off of that high changeup, fouled off. Durant stays alive. I think we're going to see another K here, my friend.
I believe so as well. Duran, you got to be able to get him here. He calls time, as Sean Salas says in the chat. I'm done watching Tigers. We'll lose 3-1. Veerling is utter dog crap. And Jahmai Jones leading off is an embarrassment. Some fans are just not happy with this Detroit Tiger team. Yeah,
a lot of Detroit fans are rarely happy with Detroit teams, even when they're winning. And he jams them inside there with a high four-seamer, takes it way back, foul. So Durant continues to battle here. 3-1, I don't know who they're going to get him against. It may have to come late because it certainly doesn't look like it's coming against Skubal.
I definitely don't think so. He's got 79 pitches now, looking for that K.
High
yeah,
fastball.
Baby.
Oh, and he did get him to swing at that. Wow, this guy is just lightning in a bottle right now. Skubal crushing it with strikeout number 9 on the night.
I believe Pitching Ninja on Twitter calls that one a sword. The way he just went up there, it looked like he was swinging a sword.
Tried to check it up, pull it up back
Tarik
to.
Skubal making hitters look silly, about to try to go for 10 Ks.
No doubt. Pitch 81 is a changeup in the dirt to Wyatt Langford. Third time through the order for the Rangers now. They haven't gotten much done. Only Corey Seager with 2 hits.
Got Russell North in the Woodward Sports Chat. Says, go Tigers. There we go. Love the energy.
Langford with a big cut at a changeup low, but he does not connect. 1-1. Skubal getting Langford a little frustrated here so far.
Yeah, he's had Langford's number, as he has every single righty on the Rangers.
Oh, Langford with a chopper there. What happened?
In the air, yeah, a little.
Oh, that was in the air?
Yeah, I think it might have taken a.
Really looked like it bounced, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a weird-looking one, but here comes Seager, third time up. Can he go 3 for 3 against Tarik Skubal? Because I'm taking Skubal on this one.
Third time's a charm for Scoops here. Seager, 8 for 11 lifetime versus Tarik Skubal. Highest batting average of any player in the MLB versus Skubal. And it looks like he lines out to second here. Good call, my friend.
Exactly what you wanted to see from Skubal, to allow him to go back out for the 7th inning, as he's laughing about it right now. Skubal is such a psychopath on the mound. I love watching this guy pitch. Skubal gets out of it, flip back, throws the arms up, pats the mitt. Love to see this out of Tarik Skubal, where it allows him to go into the 7th inning. And if things go just like they did in the 6th, might even be going up.
Only the 4th time that Skubal has retired Corey Seager in their career matchups. Something I'm a little surprised to see that. But listen, guys, super chat, smash that like button. It is the bottom of the 6th here. We're going to head into the 7th. We just finished the 6th inning in Arlington. Tigers still clinging to that 1-run lead. Skubal absolutely dominating thus far, and finally gets a chance to get Corey Seager out, who's been a thorn in the Tigers' side throughout the series.
Love to see it from Tarik Skubal right there. We got Mark in the chat. Y'all acting like we're 39 and 59. We're 59 and 40. LOL. Mark, some people are just calling it how we see it. That's okay. 6 straight losses. You got to challenge some things that the Tigers are doing. Hoping to break the schneid tonight. Got another super chat. Tigers need one more big bat. Wish list is Suarez from King. Thank you for the super chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And I do believe they still need to add another big bat. But talking about this team in the 6-game slide, I want to go to a guy with a Tiger jersey on. Skywalker, how are you feeling about this Tiger team real quick?
It's good to see the Tigers back after a rough weekend. Skubal's playing amazing. I think anyone saying that he doesn't deserve Cy Young is out of their mind.
Love it.
Tigers are back, baby. 1-0. I'd like to see a couple more runs coming up, but I'm liking where the Tigers are at right now.
Right there with you, Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it last night. This is a game of inches, and things can change so quickly. But the Tigers have owned this game so far. It starts with Skubal, the stopper, but the batting has looked better. They've been more patient. They've gotten better hits. Realistically, there's one guy for Texas that has even made this game a conversation.
Yep, and his name's Corey Seager. And when you talk about the Detroit Tigers and needing to, score some more runs, luckily they had a righty on the mound last time. We'll see what they come back with. But Riley Green was not able to see the lefty lats well at all. 2 double plays in this game. Dylan Dingler gets the first look at Jet.
They bring Luke Jackson back out for a second inning.
Yep.
He cruised through that last inning. Only 11 pitches, so it made sense to bring him back. And he does face off against Dylan Dingler here, who's had 2 great looks thus far. Takes a nasty swing at a nasty curveball and goes down 0-2. Dylan's been great tonight. He's not looking great for this at-bat.
Definitely not. He is prone to strike out a little bit. He will not walk. Dylan Dingler will not. He's more of a bat-to-ball catcher. You want to see him work on that later in his career as he gets more and more at-bats. But he'll battle, and he'll try to get some contact here.
0-2 pitch from Jackson over the plate,
yeah.
And he takes it for a ride deep center field to the warning track, and he tracks it down so close. It almost looked exactly like Vierling's
It
hit.
truly did. I thought he might have gotten a hold of that baseball right there, but another great swing from Dylan Dingler.
Another ball that would have been a home run in 5 out of 30 parks.
Probably. That one was just a couple inches, a couple feet shorter than Vierling's, but Wyatt Langford was able to track it down. But that's one thing you see out of a guy like Dylan Dingler. He'll give you that pop in the bat and bring it more consistently.
First pitch offering is a curveball from Luke Jackson. McKinstry takes it 0-1. Opportunity to get on base for the first time today for Z-Mac. Wow, that was impressive. High fastball, badly played by the catcher out of the glove, but somehow it just shot into his throwing hand and made the catch. That was pretty little clever play there. 1-1 offering here from Jackson. McKinstry takes another exact same pitch, but he was able to handle it this time. High four-seam fastball at 94 mile per hour. 2-1's a count here. Top of the 7th, Detroit up 1-0 on the Texas Rangers from Arlington, Texas. And a straight shot down the right line there. And it's going to be a foul, though. Definitely foul.
Just early on that one,
Man,
you would have
it
liked
looked
to
good
see
for a
it get
second.
down in that right field corner to allow Zach McKinstry to run, because that's what he does best. Is he is like still top 5 in triples, and you would have liked to see him right there with 1 out.
Outside curveball there. McKinstry not fooled at all by that one. Draws a full count, 3-2.
How big does it feel if the Detroit Tigers were able to add on another insurance run?
Oh, absolutely giant. Because I think that we might see Skubal through the 8th. And then at that point, we'll probably see some Will Vest at this, I'd hope at least with the way Kanelin's been pitching. But if we can get Skubal through 8 innings here and one insurance run, like you said, Tigers in great shape.
Zach McKinstry draws the walk there as the Tigers have a 1-0 lead in the top of the 7th. And this is a spot where I would see Zach McKinstry run. It looks like they may be going to the bullpen, but I want to force the issue right now. The Tigers haven't been able to string together a lot of hits. So to see Zach McKinstry try to steal second, put him in scoring position where you got 2 opportunities to knock him in.
And get that insurance.
Exactly. Well,
Get that insurance,
where do you
baby.
get your insurance? If you
Insurance.
get into trouble.
Well, if I get into trouble, I'm calling Ven Johnson Law. You already
Exactly.
know that, man. The absolute fighters. We already know, guys. If you are in any kind of trouble or you got a friend that needs some trouble, because justice means something different to everybody, but we all need it, give Ven Johnson a call and you'll get it. Hobie Milner, who we did get a chance to see last night for just a moment. They've got him warming up again. And Luke Jackson going to try and see what he can do against Sweeney here.
Trey Sweeney in for Javier Baez, shortstop.
Early. Well,
yeah.
not that early, but kind of early. Javi didn't look good tonight.
He did not. Trey Sweeney, we'll see what happens here.
Sweeney hitting .213 with the pinch hit here. He takes it.
First pitch,
and-
let's go, baby.
Hey, you got that one right, baby.
Let's go. Back on track. Zach McKinstry with the steal. Picks up his 16th stolen base of the season as he gets himself in scoring position. I expect Trey Sweeney to shorten up here, try to get the Tigers a 2-0 lead. Great running by Zach McKinstry as they didn't even draw a throw.
And Heim actually didn't get a clean transfer from his glove. Wasn't able to make the throw at all. Sweeney with the slider that he rides foul to the right there, 1-1 in the count. You called it, man. You're 1 for 3 on steals, but you got the one right that mattered when our guy did it.
It pans out to a 333 average, and I believe that means you're a Hall of Famer.
It is.
So,
It is.
Yeah, let's stick
My
with
man,
it.
my
Zach
man.
McKinstry's going on a single to the outfield.
Oh, and a check swing. They're going to appeal to third, and he says he went. It looked like to me that he went.
I believe so as well.
Yeah, 1-2 for Sweeney here. Tough spot as a pinch hitter. He'd love to drive a run home. He's been in a funk most of the season. Not one of our best hitters, but can be clutch at times.
Cannot leave another guy in scoring position, Anson. I will hammer it home once again. Zach McKinstry needs to come up big here, and Jahmai Jones, was going up against the lefty leading off, so I'm excited to see what they do here with a righty now on the mound. Could be a pinch hit spot.
Hopefully he can remember the forks when he sets the table. And there's a missed slider. Sweeney was able to lay off of that, and he's sticking in this one against Luke Jackson. 2-2 is the count. Tigers up 1-0, still clinging to that lead. Luke Jackson working in his second inning here, top of the seventh. Sweeney drives another one foul, battling here.
And for those of you that do not know or are new to this Tiger team, Trey Sweeney came over in a trade last season as Jack Flaherty got moved to the Dodgers to help them for their World Series run, as the Tigers acquired Trey Sweeney and catching prospect Lorenzo, who is a top 100 and been in trade talks possibly for the Tigers in rumors.
Yeah, lots of awesome minor players and possible trade talks. And there's a nasty fastball right down the pipe. Sweeney got a little fooled on that one. Didn't even take a swing.
What are you looking for there, Trey? What are we?
Yeah, that's a ball you got to take a swing at.
Big missed opportunity for Trey Sweeney there. That is a fastball center down the middle as a backwards K. He was sitting something else, and he should be sitting on the. You can't be in the. He should be sitting on the bench. You cannot be sitting on a fastball 2-2 right down the middle. You cannot watch that just get completely fooled onto that one. That was a tough look for Trey Sweeney right there.
You know what Javi would have done to that one, and it looks like Colt Keith might be pinch hitting for your boy Jahmai.
Yeah, it looks like Colt Keith is in. It forces the Rangers' hands as they're probably going to the lefty here as Bochy walks out slowly to the mound there. This is where you see some chess being played from the managers. They go a righty. We go Colt Keith because he mashes righties. His splits are so much worse against left-handed pitching, and that's why they're going to the lefty in the pen.
Well, we appreciate everybody that's joining us for our second ever Woodward Tigers live stream. We're going to be doing this for the rest of the season every Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you guys tune in, and make sure you guys visit us in that super chat. We'll read anything that you guys super chat. And then, of course, at the end of the show, we've got that prize wheel, the Junior Caminero rookie card, as well as the Detroit baseball and a few other nice goodies will be headed your way if you're able to win that wheel at the end of the broadcast. But, I'm feeling much better because last night was a rough game to watch.
It truly was, and this is a big opportunity coming up for the Tigers, and they cannot leave another runner stranded. I do not know how often or how much I have to say this. They need another insurance run. We have seen this bullpen. Do you have faith if they put out Tommy Canley?
No, I don't think they will.
I think they'll put out Will Vest.
Yeah.
In the ninth, no doubt about it, but it's getting to that ninth if Tarik Skubal can't get you there himself.
Yeah, and we're headed to the bottom of the seventh here. Skubal has been masterful, an absolute masterclass thus far, aside from the 2 hits that he's given up to Corey Seager. But it would be fantastic to see him make it through 8 innings.
It truly would, and you can't rely on that out of Skubal, So that's why we talk about these upgrades all the time. It's because we're not super concerned about a game in July. We're worried about September and October when this team is going on a World Series run. So that is ultimately what I am, worried about as, let's see if Colt Keith can do something here against the lefty unless we decide to then pinch it again. Holby Milner on the mound, Anson.
Yeah, we got a chance to see Milner last night. Threw well, and he's going to get an opportunity to throw well again here in the top of the 7th. With 2 outs, 1 man on second, and he gets that first one over the plate for a strike. Colt Keith would love to change the outlook of this game right now with one swing. Another one of those wild sidearm sweepers. Seems like it's going to come inside on you, but ends up over the plate. Strike two. 2 outs. Colt Keith hoping to get that pinch hit RBI here. Another sweeper, but that one stays underneath the zone.
Yeah, his splits are extremely lopsided from righty and lefty, and the Rangers obviously were able to maneuver this one around to get the best matchup for him. This would be a really big confidence booster. And
he gets him an easy sinker right over the middle, and that delivery really seemed to fool Colt Keith. He didn't even take a swing at that one.
I don't even know if it was the delivery as much as it was the left-handed pitcher, because that's been Colt Keith all season long against left-handed pitching. Tough look after the Zach McKinstry was able to maneuver his way to second base, and once again, the Detroit Tigers leave another guy stranded in scoring position,
Yeah.
Might come back to bite him, Anson.
Could be. I have a really good feeling about this game. I really have a good feeling.
1-0 W?
Well, after watching last night's game, not only was it boring, but it was grueling if you're a Tigers fan. Took us over 6 innings to get a hit, and they just never really looked like a good team on the field. They weren't making any kinds of plays. They look like the better team today. They certainly look like the better team.
They certainly do, because they got Tarik Skubal on the mound. This still doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence moving forward in what I am seeing out of this team when in terms of hitting. They put themselves in some positions to score runs. They haven't been able to capitalize. And just talking about those splits for a second by Colt Keith, because Riley Green has, not as lopsided splits, but this whole entire team, at times, these lefty hitters really struggle against hitting lefties. And I've spoken about this on the Woodward Heavyweights. Make sure you guys check it out 5 to 7 every single weekday. Maybe see a little bit of Skywalker in the TD booth there as well, as he's rocking the Tiger jersey. But Colt Keith is hitting 276 against right-handed pitching. That number drops down to 162 against lefties.
Wow.
He is at 828 OPS against right-handed pitching, and a 414 OPS, which is pitiful against lefties. And you saw the Rangers win that matchup right there, Anson.
Yeah, splits tell a very deep story, man. And this team, as much as we talk about A.J. Hinch dialing it up and mixing and matching guys, there's a lot of bats on this Tiger team that have a lot of deficiencies.
Yeah, and that is what I'm concerned with in the playoffs. You got to have some guys that can match up. And last year they had Ibanez. They thought Jones was the guy against the lefty this year. But the magic of Jahmai Jones is starting to run out a little bit, as we've seen the last 2 games. I'm not saying that his career's over or anything. I'm just saying he's got to pick it up if he's going to remain with the Detroit Tigers, especially, when you're a specialist, you don't have the longest leash when you're not doing what you are asked to do as a specialist, and that's for him, hit left-handed pitching.
Yeah. At this point, I really want to see Skubal get through the bottom of the 7th here clean so that we can see him again in the 8th. They threw a stat up earlier. Our bullpen, 3.31 ERA through June 1st. Top 5 in the MLB. Since then, 4.93. And, if you get Will Vest in the 9th, I got great confidence in that. But when you have to put somebody else out there in the 8th or the 7th, hopefully that doesn't happen here. Skubal's able to stay strong through the next 2 innings. That's when the problems seem to happen for this team.
Exactly. And I don't have the most confidence in this bullpen right now. I'm just going to shoot you straight. I mean, why would I right now with the numbers that you just read aloud? And even though Will Vest has been the best one in the back end, even he's had some struggles. Obviously, he avoided the injury stint earlier last month, but you've seen Vest even, walk some hitters against the Mariners, which you have not seen him do often, as Tarik Skubal takes the mound again. Most games with 10-plus strikeouts this season. Skubal with 6, leading the major leagues.
And 7 others with 4. So absolutely on pace to repeat as the Cy Young winner. And the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th is underway here, and it is fouled off. It'd be great to see, again, Skubal get through both this inning and the 8th. He's had 85 pitches. I'm not sure that we're necessarily going to see him in the 8th if he struggles here in the 7th at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd like to see a couple early outs here.
Oh, and a nasty fastball. 95 mile per hour, swinging strike there.
You know the difference there, Anson, is that fastball down the middle was Skubal attacking him. He took a swing at it. The Detroit Tigers let two go right down the middle.
Yeah. Semien falls behind the count 0-2, but takes a high fastball to draw the ball there. Semien, he's looked lost today.
Yeah, he has. Skubal's going to make a lot of teams look lost when going up against him, but he hops right back on the mound here as Skubal loads up.
And he puts that one over the plate. He's just throwing a lot of speed at him right here. Semien was able to barely catch up with that one and follow it back behind him.
Tigers win a 1-0 lead here at bottom of the 7th against the Texas Rangers, looking to salvage the series and pick up one and not drop 7 straight games.
Yeah, 7 would be terrible. And there it is. There it is. Another K for Skubal. I knew it.
10 strikeouts with a phenomenal change up there, Anson, and that is the best pitch in baseball. The circle change just absolutely drops down, and it's devastating to righties. Tarik Skubal, 7th time this season with 10 strikeouts. The best pitcher in baseball is proving why he is the best pitcher in baseball tonight.
Yeah, Adolis Garcia back up. He'll take a pitch into the dirt to start things off. Skubal's just looked masterful tonight. Absolutely.
The chat's cracking me. That's some funny.
Appreciate you,
chat's
chat.
loving this. Yeah. Make sure you smash that like.
Oh, no appeal on that one. A high changeup. Skubal with the 2-0. Not what you want to see here. You want to try and get him out of this inning. I don't think that we're going to see him in the 8th, and that's where the real questions come now.
Gotta lock it in here if you're Skubal. Cannot let one swing of the bat beat you.
Oh, and a nasty changeup over the plate. Had him fooled there. Tigers still up 1-0 in Arlington. Last game of 3 games set. Tigers have lost the first 2, but have a great chance here to take this one home and salvage a win. Oh, and he blows that 95 mile per hour four-seamer right past him. A little high in the zone, but no chance for Garcia there. Skubal would love to get another strikeout here. The pitch. Ooh, and a rocket to left field. And that should be enough for 2. Garcia standing up, walks into second. And Skubal gives up his first hit to a non-Corey Seager.
Left that changeup up that time, and Adolis can do damage to the baseball as we've seen him do right there. And yeah, that one just didn't drop down as we've seen the others do all season long. He left that one up. This is what is worrisome when you have a pitcher that dominates all game long, but your offense isn't able to get that extra run. And now the pressure is really on Tarik Skubal to hold Adolis at second.
Higashioka to the plate. He takes one in the dirt. Dingler has an issue with it, but is able to hold the runner at second still.
Way to keep that by him. That would have been detrimental to allow Garcia to take third with one out there. That's why Dalen Dingler is, such a great catcher back there.
Yeah, great play by Dingler on that near pass ball. Higashioka, 1 ball, 0 strikes. Skubal, outside fastball. Falls back 2-0 in the count. And Skubal's face and reaction off of that last hit from Adolis, he knew it. He knew it as it left the bat. Skubal gets the sign. Readies himself. Here's the pitch. And another shot. And we might be seeing the end of Skubal today as a infield slides right by the shortstop into the center fielder. And that's going to be enough for a single. They don't score, but the runners are at the corners with only one out.
Extremely surprised if we don't see Chris Fetter right here with Tarik Skubal. I believe you still have the double play in order. You're going to go to that changeup, try to get some weak contact, and yeah, that was 75 off the bat. It wasn't a big hit, but it was a hit in the right spot as we see Chris Fetter walk out to go talk to Tarik Skubal.
Yeah, you called it. You think that he's going to stick around, or is he done?
He is for sure going to stick around. You see A.J. Hinch come out to take the ball away from Skubal, but when Chris Fetter's out there, as Jonah Heim steps up to the bat, Heim is not going to blow you away with his speed. I believe that's what Tarik Skubal and him are talking about right now. How do we get Jonah Heim to roll over a little bit? And this is a big spot for Tarik Skubal. If the Rangers score around here, I believe the Tigers are in big-time trouble. The way that their bats have handled the first 2 games and now 3 into the series as Tyler Holton is warming in the bullpen.
Yeah, the double play ball is absolutely crucial right now for the Tigers. Runners on the corners, bottom of the 7th from Arlington, Texas. Rangers trying to catch up the 1 run they've been down most of the game. Tigers desperately trying to hold on to that lead. Skubal, nearing 100 pitches, has been mostly dominant tonight. He's just given up his 4th hit and 2 in the inning. Jonah Heim, though, as you said, not the speediest of guys and certainly could be somebody that gets caught up in a double play here. And we'll see what the Tigers ace serves up. 98-mile-per-hour sinker that just missed inside.
That's a call he's been getting today.
It is.
And he didn't get that one right there. That's a big no call. It was borderline right there. And we'll see how it goes. Jonah Heim's grounded into 6 double plays this season. Let's see if we can get big number 7 in the 7th here.
And he's going to put another sinker over him, but that one is charged foul. Evens the count up at 1-1. 99 pitches. This will be number 100 for Skubal. Hopefully he can get out of the inning, but we certainly won't see him in the 8th after this.
Seems to be dealing with some noise there in Arlington as Texas is feeling the pressure in the heat of this moment. See if Skubal can get out of this.
The pitch is low. It looked like a check swing foul, maybe?
Dingler took that one off of his non-catching hand, and his throwing fingers might have to take a couple to warm up here. That stinks as a catcher. Big time. Right there.
Okay, yeah, so a little chopper foul that went back up into the forearm of,
looked like
of
it
Dingler
touched
there.
up his thumb there too, Anson. That could be a big thing
Thumb
to
would
keep
be
an
bad.
eye on moving forward.
It does look like he's pressing on that thumb, as you said. So things starting to spiral a little bit, but Skubal can still induce that double play ball to get out of this inning as he walks back off the mound and pushes the runners on the corners back to their bases. Into the triple digits pitch-wise for Skubal here.
Paul Thomas says every Tigers fans are nervous. Yeah, nerves are rolling for sure as Skubal.
Oh, I thought he got that one by him. 99-mile-per-hour sinker on the outside, but he got it just a piece of and drew it foul. Heim battling, and he's battled in every at-bat thus far today.
Shakes his head, yes. Skubal likes what he sees. This is the biggest pitch of the ball game for Tarik Skubal here so far, as AJ is looking a little nervous as well here. This is a big spot for the Detroit Tigers, looking to avoid losing 7 straight games.
The delivery pops it up, foul behind him again. The 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Scoob's been dialing up. He's mostly been in like 97, 98, 99 miles per hour here throughout the entire inning. Lots of sinkers, more than we've seen throughout the rest of the game. Really hoping to, again, induce that double play ball here with Jonah Heim.
Yeah, this is the biggest spot of the game without a doubt. 102 pitches, probably his last batter.
Ooh, and he got him to swing at that, but he wasn't able to hold on to it. So he will stay alive. Jonah points it out as it happened, too. Dingler not able to hold on to that called strike there. Swinging called strike. Just missed it.
God, did he think he got? He swung at that ball.
Yeah, but he didn't catch it.
But he didn't hit it, so it shouldn't have mattered.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Can't really
that's
tell.
That's
nicked it, they say.
nicked it. More life.
Just-
I don't know. I think
just
that's
a
a
little
bad
bit.
call there. But they probably have a lot more camera angles than me right
Hey.
here. So.
Skubal trying to get out of the bottom of the 7th desperately here as he throws a changeup and it gets Heim to pop up foul once again.
Heim is truly battling here, making Skubal work. About to be 105 pitches for Skubal, the horse of the Tigers. And this is not 2014 Justin Verlander where they're going to let him go 120. Anson,
No,
this is
not at
going to
all.
be his last batter. You got to keep Skubal fresh in today's day and age as he sets up again for a battle with Jonah Heim. 8th pitch of the AB.
Absolutely. Big pitch here for the stopper. And he gets him to swing. Big K there. Big K. 105 pitches, 11th strikeout of the night. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Runners still on the corners for Texas. They didn't need the double play ball because they got the K ball.
Tarik Skubal looks angry that he's not going to get this batter right here. Let's see if he's battling to get it. Nope, gives the ball up to A.J. Hinch. 11 strikeouts for the big hoss as Tyler Holton is set to take the mound, I believe, for the Tigers. But Tarik Skubal did exactly what you wanted to see Tarik Skubal do tonight, Anson. This is how you put your team in a position. Obviously, a guy on first and third right here, but a goose egg from Tarik Skubal as he has dominated the Texas Rangers lineup tonight. Exactly what you needed to see after a 6-game slide from the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, we got what we had hoped for from our pitcher. We haven't gotten what we've hoped for from our offense. Hopefully that they can dial it up and get that insurance run that you talked about. Holton looked pretty good last night. He came in for a little bit and was able to stymie these guys.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, Tyler Holton looked great when he was able to go more than 1 inning. And Tyler Holton's been really good this month for the most part. He gave up a couple home runs to Cal Raleigh, but
everybody has.
Everybody has this season, and I'm expecting Tyler Holton to shut the door here because that's what we've seen the last 2 seasons out of Tyler Holton. Was able to talk to him, and he's talked about Tyler Holton, that is, down during that Mariners series on last Friday or a couple Fridays ago, and he talked about the zone looking a lot bigger to him right now, where he was kind of getting, he was shrinking in the strike zone a little bit prior to.
That was my favorite pitcher on the team last year, and he certainly struggled out of the gates this year, but this is a big moment. He can come in and retire a batter and really give the Tigers an awesome opportunity to win this game.
He needs to, Anson. This is the biggest spot right now. Obviously, prime time. Skubal just threw his heart out there. Tyler Holton. This is a big-time gut check moment for this Detroit Tigers team, Anson. I feel like I'm on my edge of my seat. I know all 148 people listening right now. Make sure you guys smash that like button. I know they're nervous. I know they're excited, though, because the Tigers look to get back on track and pick up that ever so hard to get 60th win of the season, Anson.
Well, and this isn't a must-win game, but it's a desperate get-right game. You know, this team can lose this game and go into the next series and sweep the series, and we can forget about all of this. But this is one of those nitty-gritty moments where you want to see the grit of the Tigers and be able to come out on top. Tyler Holton will be the man throwing the grit here, hopefully. First pitch, bottom of the 7th here. Once again, 2 outs, 2 men on. And they're gonna peel that. He definitely went around on that one. Colby Freeman checked swing at a ball that he had no business even looking at, well outside of the zone. So we'll see what Cody can come up with. He's been 0 for 2 today. Hasn't looked good, but we'll see how he works against Holton.
Righties have hit Holton a lot better with an 801 OPS would be big right here.
And high fastball got him to swing at it and foul again. Well ahead in the count here, Holton is against his first batter of the night, 0-2.
Big spot for Tyler. He's just been so dominant in a Detroit Tigers uniform. I love that they're going to him in this spot right now. Give him that confidence.
It's that haircut. It's the haircut. Next pitch, low, off the ground. He's able to stay in front of it, prevent the runners from moving. Speaking of haircuts, shout out Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Shout out. And Tyler Holton, the last 28 days that he's been pitching, 10 games, keeping opponents to a 429 OPS. That is shutdown dominant stuff from Tyler. None bigger than this at bat right here.
Holton, that could be trouble. They're going to come home off of a ball in the dirt. Dingler couldn't handle it, and Adolis Garcia comes in on a pass ball to tie this one up. Robs Skubal of another victory, and makes all Tigers fans start to sweat even more.
Unacceptable. You cannot let that ball get behind you. And that was a ball that bounced way early. But no matter how hard it bounced early, Dingler has to be able to corral that in. I don't care what it takes. You cannot lose on an error like that, Anson. And they haven't lost yet. And I'm not saying they did, but that's a big mental mistake by Holton and Dingler to not be on the same page.
Yep. And here's an easy ground ball to short. It'll be handled, and they're out of the inning, but not before the damage is done. Texas ties Detroit 1-1 as we finish up the 7th inning, heading into the top of the 8th here from Arlington, Texas. Tigers desperately in need of a slump stopper. They've dropped 6. Can they do it?
You got to make the Texas Rangers beat you, Anson. You cannot beat yourself. And the Detroit Tigers right there with a mental mistake just beat themselves. Not what you want to see out of a team that is, 10 and a half games up in the division, or 11 games, whatever it is as of this moment. And this is not what you have seen from the Detroit Tigers so far this season. But in this series, I've seen some mental mistakes. I think about the Javi fake tag, didn't get the job done, missed throw. And this is unacceptable from the Tigers right there. To have this happen in that spot, it's a big deal, Anson. And I don't care what anybody says. It truly is a mental mistake that might cost them this ball game.
Yeah, and they've been making those mistakes during this 6-game slide. Burn, the Super Chat, 60 wins is elusive this year. No one wants it. And that is pretty interesting because there's been a bunch of teams that have gotten close and then gone on slides, including our very own Tigers.
A lot of people in the Woodward Sports group chat, Woodward Sports chat, make sure you guys smash that like button, are saying mistake they pulled Skubal. Where are you at with that?
No, I don't think so. He's at 105 pitches. I know he would like to have stayed out there. In hindsight, yeah, it's a mistake, but as the manager, that's the move you got to make right there.
For sure. This is a July game. You can't just push Skubal extremely deep in this one. The analytics say it. Everything else says it. And to be honest, Tyler Holton didn't give up a hit. Tyler Holton threw the ball in the dirt, which was the mistake in this one, and Dylan Dingler wasn't able to corral it after, I've been talking so highly of him so far. Maybe that, taking that ball to the hand, maybe he just had his head a little bit elsewhere right there.
I got to be honest with you.
Or you think that's making
that
some
pitch was
for him?
so bad.
Yeah.
That pitch was well in front of the plate, and it came up and hit him off of it. He did keep the ball in front of him. It just went down the third baseline, and unfortunately, when the ball bounces out that far and you got a guy with a decent amount of speed in Garcia, they're going to score every single time. You can put that on the manager, but you got to put that on the pitcher, in my opinion. You got to keep the ball at least hitting the plate, not 2 feet out in front of it, as we just see there.
And Adolis Garcia just wreaking havoc on the base paths.
2 nights in a row now.
Jesus.
2 nights in a row.
Glaber hits a
top
chopper.
of the 8th. Glaber,
Slowly.
this one might reach. Yeah,
Come on! First guy
might
on.
actually make it to second now as well. Did he run?
Probably not, but 62.7 off the bat for Glaber Torres. First guy on base. That's how you bounce back. It doesn't matter how it happens. It's that it happened.
I'll
Glaber
be honest
Torres
with
on
you.
first.
That thing was such a slow bouncer to Seager that I don't even know if he would have made the play had he gotten it clean off the throwing hand grab there. But, hey, that's what we need. Glaber's been on base all night.
They got the righty on the mound for the first time. Riley Green has an absolute opportunity.
Yeah, Green's been waiting for this all game. Chris Martin. We got a chance to see him last night as well? Or was that 2 nights ago?
We've seen him back-to-back nights, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe Martin was last night. He pitched well. Long pitcher with the second throw here to Green. That one is over the plate, evens up the count at 1-1. Once again, the game has been tied here as we are in the top of the 8, 1-1 from Arlington. Third game of the series. Riley Green, who struggled today, 0 for 3 with a strikeout with his first chance against a right-handed hitter. And he puts this one into play at Corey Seager, and Corey Seager can't handle that one either. Back-to-back miscues by Corey Seager has allowed the Tigers to get a man on first and second with no outs. This is the insurance you're talking about, Nick.
Exactly. This is what I wanted to see earlier in the game, but like I just said, doesn't matter how it happens, it's that it happened. And that one off the bat, exit velo, is not going to blow you away. But great to see Glaber Torres read that well enough to get into second base there, as if he fields that ball cleanly, Torres is out at second base.
Absolutely. Not a double play ball, but he nearly got him still at second. Corey really assisting the Tigers back-to-back here after hurting the Tigers with back-to-back hits.
Big spot for Spencer Torkelson. It's time to do what he's done this season.
It's time to cash that in, baby.
It's time to cash in his hit to cash the bet.
That's right.
Spencer Tork. I'm not worried about the bet, though. I'm worried about this game to be a W. Let's go, Tork.
And he gets one right over the plate there. Sinker from Martin. Looked like it might drip a little bit low, but he still took it. Evens the count up at 1-1.
2 for 23 with runners in scoring position versus the Rangers this season. 1 for 7 tonight. Torkelson has to change that here.
No doubt about it. And he takes another one right over the plate. No swing. Falls behind 1-2 in the count here.
Filthy cutter there from Chris Martin. As if I say the word cutter one more time, I mean, Kumar Rocker, all he was throwing was cutters, and the Tigers couldn't see it at all last night. So if I'm Martin, I don't know if I get away from that cutter.
Now, they haven't been able to see it for 2 nights in a row. He chooses the fastball there and just misses low and away, even in the count up at 2-2. Tigers had the lead for 6 innings, lost at the bottom of the 7th here, looking to get it back with 2 runners on and no out. Tough pitch there to lay off on there, was able to make some contact. Torque drives it foul.
Can't swing and miss here. Can't have a strikeout. I think he's getting his bat checked out. Might have taken the tip off of it. Yup, definitely did there. Tripped it, hit it off the end of the bat. But you have to have a productive at-bat here. You need to drive this ball, think middle, think deep center, to right field. I mean, if he can pull a homer, you got to go for it. But if he's going to attack him outside, you got to see a productive at-bat to hopefully get Gleyber Torres to third base with 1 out, Anson, to try to get the Tigers the lead in this one.
Somebody's got to get Gleyber home today.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, the next pitch, 2-2, high fastball, and he went after it, but he couldn't catch up to it.
You just can't allow that to happen, Anson. You just can't. We just talked about it. You got to have a productive at-bat. There was 0 outs to get the runner over to third, and he just chased out of the strike zone at the biggest at-bat of the game for the Tigers.
And he knew it. You could see the look of frustration on his face. Knew he shouldn't have been chasing that ball there.
Freddie Felt says, Dookie in the chat. And I say, be Torque from Alex Peters.
Oh, and another cutter down the middle there.
So it's a spot where Wenzel Perez got us going early in this ball game. Anson, can he come through late as well?
I mean, I should hope so. This guy's been pretty clutch. It's not the 7th inning, which he loves, but he's in a position right here where he can certainly make some damage. And he takes a high fastball. Watching it there from the 6'8" pitcher. Martin has looks decent so far, although he's served a few up as well. The next delivery, it's low.
Way to lay off for Wenzel right there.
Wenzel
Keep
with
that splitter down.
A far more productive at-bat than what we saw at Torque.
For sure. And Wenzel Perez is going to give you at-bats. We'll chase a little bit, but 4% walk rate for Chris Martin. I don't think he's going to walk Wenzel here. He's going to give him something to hit. Let's see if he can do damage.
Right over the
Slider,
plate.
middle. Let's just miss that one.
Yep. Got a chance to a little bit of wood on it, but stays alive at 2-2.
Oh, they just keep flashing the runners in scoring position. 1 for 8 with 5 Ks. It's the swing and miss that's been the issue tonight for the Detroit Tigers.
Truly has. Gets the sign, readies, delivers. It's outside with the sinker. Patient at bat so far for Wenzel Perez. The full count, 3-2.
If he can walk here, it's big to get that guy on third with 1 out, with the ability to hit him in on a sac fly. Let's see Wenzel stay in his zone here.
Right over the plate. Gets a piece of it. It's going to pop it up to the third baseman. Should be an easy play, and it is. Tigers in great danger of leaving 2 more runners on, 1 in scoring position. They've got to figure this thing out.
Once again, they've been threatening, have not been able to get the big hit in this one, as it's been the story of the series. This Tiger team has been extremely underwhelming in putting together quality at-bats after quality at-bats, and this is a tough spot for the Detroit Tigers right now. As we've seen them do all season long, it's pick up their teammates. Let's see if Matt Vierling can do it right now with a sub-500 OPS.
Had a nice shot earlier in the game. This one he fouls off.
They are missing so many pitches down the middle of the plate here, Anson, and big league hitters do damage to these pitches that the Detroit Tigers are just flat out missing.
Or
right
not
now.
even swinging at.
Which is even more concerning.
Yes, no doubt
Their
about
confidence level is at an all-time low. Would be such a pickup for Matt Vierling if he could give the Tigers the lead here, but he might have just missed the best pitch he's going to see.
He knocked one deep earlier that just fell short at the warning track. Hopefully he can put a ride on another ball here. That one missed outside and high. Takes it, so it evens the count up at 1-1. Love to see him do something here.
You need him to. This is Matt Vierling. You think about an energy guy last season. He came up clutch in big spots. This is the biggest spot right here.
Another one right over the plate. No swing. That's a ball that you got to take a chance at.
You have to. I don't know what you're looking at. You know Chris Martin is going to throw you a cutter or a slider, something that moves right to left right there, and he saw one there in the zone, middle. I mean,
nice shot
sorry
of the Palm
to say
squad
that
there.
my confidence level is not so high in Vierling right now.
My confidence in that Palm squad was. Another high fastball. Misses. Vierling takes. And he's battling a little bit. 2-2. Martin, 20 pitches thus far here in the top of the eighth. Tigers tied with the Rangers 1-1 from Arlington. Third game of the weekend series.
Come on, Matt. Time to shine right now.
And another high fastball. I tried to frame that one down, but he laid off, and we're going to see a full count here for Vierling. So the runners will be on their way. Again, got Riley Green at first, and Gleyber Torres at second with an opportunity to score here. Runners will be running. 2 outs, 3-2 count. Takes a shot. Going to be foul. Went off of his leg as well. Doesn't seem to be bothering him, though.
Biggest spot of the game for Matt Vierling, and we've seen him not really come in clutch at all this season. So this is the biggest spot for him. If he gets a big hit here, it could catapult him to getting just completely out of this slump and could ignite a spark for the Detroit Tigers moving forward before they take on Pittsburgh tomorrow. But before they do that, they're looking to avoid going down 7 straight games. Biggest at bat right here for Matt Vierling, 3-2.
The delivery right over and he smacks it right up center. Grounder handled by the center fielder. They're going to get it into second, but not in time to throw out Gleyber. Gleyber walks easily over home. It looks like the pitcher's a little hurt there. Chris Rodriguez struggling to get up, and he's limping, so I don't think we're going to see much more of him. But the Tigers come through. Vierling with the shot. Runners on the corners. Tigers take the lead 2-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Exactly what you called for, Nick.
Right there, Matt Vierling, biggest at-bat of the game, is able to come through for the Detroit Tigers to put them ahead 2-1 as Gleyber Torres has been on base all damn day, and he finally gets hit in by Matt Vierling. Slides down on the celebration. Great at-bat for Matt Vierling. 3-2 battle. He didn't try to take the home run swing, Anson, and that's what I loved about it. He simplified his swing. He put that ball right back up the middle to give the Tigers a 2-1 lead after the big mental mistake in the bottom of the 7th. This is how a team fights back. This is a team that is first place in their division and still in the American League.
No doubt about it. And that's a play for Vierling that can change a season around. When you come up with a clutch RBI hit like that, after you already charged one to the warning track, hopefully this is something that can get this guy going, because as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is a key piece that we thought we were getting mid-season, almost as if we were making a trade and picking up an acquisition. And thus far, he hasn't been the guy. An interesting development right now is Chris Rodriguez being pulled out of the game. Looks like he hurt his left knee. So the Rangers are going to dip back into their bullpen for the 3rd time.
Yeah, Chris Martin looked shaken up on that one. Rare to see from a pitcher, without getting hit by the ball like that. So, man, something to get excited about. And that was incredible right there. I kept saying Chris Martin in my head. So, big time right here for the Detroit Tigers. This is what it's all about, Anson. This team has the ability to get people, cheering for them out of their seats, super fired up. You finally get to see Matt Vierling give us something to be excited about.
I'm going to give the chat something to be excited about. I was telling myself, if we get this run here, I'm doubling the super chats.
Oh!
All right. The rest of the game, super chats are doubled, give you twice the opportunities to win that Junior Caminero rookie card, as well as the awesome Detroit stuff that Freddie Felt, our boy, our legend in the chat, should I say. Appreciate you so much for that. So, guys, get those super chats in. We'll read them on the air. And, again, we're doubling everything for the rest of the game.
So great to see you for the Detroit Tigers right now. Make sure you guys hop in the Woodward Sport Chat, Super Chat, so you can get your hands on some of those great cards that we got. And smash that like button. Share the stream. I mean, we're going down to an absolute nail-biter. Matt Vierling just came through for the Detroit Tigers. Love to see it. Big at-bat for Matt Vierling. And you know what would help, Anson? Another base hit and another run.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's get a ding-dong. I want a ding-dong. I want 3 runs. I call home runs ding-dongs, by the way.
I love it, and no better guy to do it. I think Dylan Dingler is going to be coming up here. I'm excited, or a little nervous to see how that ball off of his, it looked like right hand is treating him. Let's see. Hopefully it's not swelled up. Hopefully he can swing that bat just as well as he's been able to all season long. Yeah, be a big spot here to pull through.
Caleb Boushley will enter the game from the bullpen to come in for an injured Chris Martin, who also gave up the leading run. Get an opportunity to hopefully beat this guy up as well and add to the run total.
For sure. Want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat, and it is Dylan Dingler. I know Easy said earlier in the year, you call home runs ding-dongs. He's been calling for ding-dongs all season. Dylan Dingler. But I do like the home run call, but at the same time, I still want to see Dingler stay within himself. Just drop in the RBI. I've seen him drop in a few bloopers to right center field this season. I don't know. It doesn't matter how it happens, but it's if it happens. And to be Dylan Dingler right now, after allowing that ball, even though it was a bad ball by Tyler Holton, this could be a big spot for another insurance run. And while we're giving a little quick shout out to our TD tonight, Skywalker,
Jedi,
coming in and helping make sure the angles, the shots are looking great for you guys.
Killing it. Appreciate you, brother.
Tigers lead, baby. Let's hold it. Come on.
There you go. Booshley with his first offering here in the top of the 8th. It's against Dingler. Dingler takes the inside sinker there. Runners at the corners here. 2 outs. Tigers with the lead, 2-1. Sunday night, lost the first 2 games of this 3-game series, trying to get right after a 6-game losing streak. Booshley deep in the middle of the strike zone right there. Again, no swing from the Tigers' bat.
Yeah, it seems like they are looking for something specific or just not seeing the ball completely well. But with this guy and his over 5 ERA, I do like this spot for Dylan Dingler to be able to hit in the 3rd round of the game for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2 so far. Be a big spot.
Yep. And he's going to take there on a curveball outside. Some movement, but boy, that thing was slow. 2-1. Dingler has looked very sharp today. We could have used him in the lineup last night.
Oh, for sure. Dylan Dingler. I mean, I love watching this kid play baseball. It reminds me of just a good catcher that if you have a good catcher in the majors, your team is going to have a significant advantage as he sees another ball there in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, some movement, but boy, the Tigers have really laid off swinging on some strikes.
Yeah, that was one I would have wanted to see Dylan Dingler, obviously without 2 strikes yet, take a really good shot to be able to do damage to this baseball. Let's see if he can come through here.
Big pitch, and he goes with a high 4-seamer, and he gets Dingler to chase. That's the end of the top of the 8th. Tigers get their insurance run, still leave some runners in scoring position, but a better scenario than we've seen over the last 2 games when they had runners on base. Able to capitalize a little bit. And it was from Matt Vierling, a guy that really needed some momentum.
Yeah, that was great to see from Matty V. Just back on the Dingler thing right there. That's why you swing at the balls in the strike zone, is because with 2 strikes on you, you have to protect. And when he throws that fastball up, it looks so enticing to swing at, so appetizing. You just want to get a little piece of it. You think you can do damage to that baseball. That's why you got to swing at the ones in the zone. Dylan Dingler wasn't able to do so right there, and we've seen throughout the game some hitters, not swing at the ones over the plate and really swing at the ones out of the plate, because they're a little bit thrown off, a little uncomfortable when they get to 2 strikes, and Dylan Dingler wasn't able to capitalize there. But on the positive note, Matt Vierling, love to see it out of Matty V.
Well, and honestly, you and I, all night we were talking about them taking pitches, which they didn't do. And maybe they're taking the wrong pitches today, but they've been far more patient, to the tune of an extra run than what they got last night.
Exactly, and they have 9 hits, which is great to see so far.
A lot more than last night.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Was it no-hitter into the 6th,
Yes,
was it?
yes, sir.
Yeah, that was
through the 6th into the 7th.
That was crazy to see last night. So it's good to see the Tigers bouncing back. Obviously, the stat is still going to be the runners in scoring position, and the Tigers unable to capitalize so much. But Matty V was able to get the big one. Now it comes down to the bullpen, which a lot of people have had questions about for this whole entire month. You had the numbers earlier. The numbers speak for themselves, but everybody and their grandma wants to see the Tigers at a bullpen arm. They haven't yet.
Yeah.
What are you expecting here in the 8th and 9th inning? Can they close this down and get the last 6 outs without giving up a run?
I'm really curious to see who they bring out in the 8th here. And a lot of that is going to tell me what I think that they can do. I've had faith in this game since the 2nd inning. I truly believe that this team is playing so much better than they have over the last couple of games. Again, they don't look like the Tigers of June right now, but at the same point, 9 hits, much better than yesterday. They've been churning through the different pitchers. They've gone deep into the Rangers bullpen, and now it's going to come down to one of the positions that we've been worrying about most. It's the relief. So. And it is. Holton comes back out for another inning.
This is what it
Gotta
says.
like seeing that.
This is what it says about Tommy Kahnle right now and A.J. Hinch's confidence in Tommy Kahnle. It's that he doesn't have any. To see Tyler Holton come back out after that long of an inning that the Tigers were able to put together.
Oh, and a great
Dylan
frame
Dingler.
there by Dingler. Definitely a low cutter, but Blue gave him the strike. So Holton evens things up with 1 strike and 1 ball here against the Foscue kid. Jams him up inside with a 4-seamer.
Stay in here.
Might be in play. Nope, it's going to be out of play there. 1-2's the count. This Foscue kid really has done nothing today.
Yeah, it's not too big of a threat. You would like to – I mean, this is a guy that you just have to get out. Point blank, you got to get him out. You cannot allow him to get on base to set the table for, the big hitters in this team's lineup.
And you can tell he's hoping to make a little bit of a strike here, and he does, but it's foul off an 88-mile-per-hour cutter. Holton got to feel a lot better after getting that insurance run, after giving up the tying run an inning earlier with that ball in the dirt.
Yeah, it was a big spot for Tyler Holton. I mean, this is another big spot right now. I mean, you have to be able to put up a 0 after your team just got you the lead, and Matt Vierling was able to do so. Tyler Holton, big at bat, going up against the righty. Got him.
And he that one missed, but Dingler almost had Blue buying it there. Interestingly enough, the Rangers are only 3 games out of the wild card, so this is a big game for them as well. Being able to sweep the American League leading Tigers would be a big feather for their cap. And that would be the 2nd time this season, but the strikeout for Holton right there, a big one. Foscue 0 for 3 on the day. Holton building the momentum here in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers up again 2-0. How'd you feel about that? Or 2-1, excuse me.
Yeah, 2-1 in this one, bottom of the 8th. Love to see it from Holton. Against an inferior hitter, you got to attack him, and that's what he was able to do. You cannot walk, the 9-hitter in a lineup, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Yep,
I don't know
absolutely.
if that was the 9-hitter, but he hasn't done anything all day, excuse me. But, yeah, Tyler Holton, big to put up a 0 here. And
Ezekiel Duran, right?
It's great to get that first out like the Rangers weren't able to do, because that's when trouble arises on the base paths, and anything can happen.
Ezekiel Duran has not reached safely yet today. Takes a high fastball there. Holton looking sharp after giving up the run. Durant struck out both times to plate today. And there's a nice cutter. Sneaks in the top corner for strike 2.
Big spot for Holton to get back-to-back Ks here. It'd be great to see. as they throw on the shot in Arlington. This looks like a cool stadium to visit.
World Series champions in 2023. Weren't able to replicate their success last year by any means, but are in the thick of things right now, as we mentioned, 3 games out of the wild card and hoping to complete a second sweep of the Tigers this season.
Yeah, Tyler Holton.
Another high fastball there. Doesn't chase. Duran looking better in this at-bat than he has so far today, with Wyatt Langford up after.
You want to see Langford up with nobody on base, Anson, as he gets another strikeout.
You get your wish, my friend. Big strikeout for the Holton. You called it. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the bottom of the 8th here. Tigers nursing a 2-1 lead here, needing one more out to get into the 9th inning.
This is what it's all about, Anson. 2-1. Tyler Holton gives the ball up to A.J. Hinch after getting the first 2 guys in this one. And that was a big, back-to-back outs for Tyler Holton to get their 8-9 hitters. As Will Vest is looking for a 4-pitch save. Coming in, running in. Crazy Will Vest. Let's go.
There's fantasy owners all over the place excited about that 4-inning save, that's for sure. Hey, guys, don't forget, tomorrow is Monday, and we've got a brand new show starting at 8 a.m. Sean Belizean in the mornings with Maz. 2 legends to start your morning with. They're on from 8 to 10, and then, of course, from 11 to 1, the BDE, Big D Energy. It'll be Terry Foster. Oh, and this guy I just found out will be joining him. And then, of course, after that, the Braylon Edwards Show for their second week with Matt Shepard. They're going to be on from 2 to 4 o'clock, and then we always end things right here at Woodward Sports, the heavyweights, from 5 to 7, and they'll have Mr. Nick Kohloff, our Tigers insider, to hopefully break down the Tigers victory that we are watching right now. But we've got Will Vest back in to look for a 4-out save. He's going to get a chance to see Corey Seager at some point, who's been the hot spot of the day for the Rangers. But Will Vest, who's been very strong as of late. We're not going to see any Tommy Kahnle, who has not been strong of late, giving the Tigers their best chance to win tonight.
Yeah, this is a big spot for Will Vest, who's been so dominant all season. We've only seen him with a couple bad outings, but no bigger one than this one. When your team has lost 6 straight, you got a 1-run lead, and you're looking for a 4-out save. Will Vest, come on. Yes. Wyatt Langford can change the game with 1 swing. You got to be careful. If you hang one of those sliders, Wyatt Langford can tie the ball game in 1 swing. You got to be careful, Willie.
Yeah, there's a reason we'd love to have him here in Detroit, and it's because he can change the game very, very quickly. Will Vest's first pitch of the bottom of the 8th here is a high fastball that he gets Langford to chase, starting out 0-1. Langford faces the second pitch, and that just absolutely paints it.
Great job, great control from Will Vest so far with those first 2 pitches, and Dangler, great job getting that call, making sure that the ump knows that was right on the end of the zone. 0-2 ahead here.
Wow, and he challenged him with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, blew it by him. 3 pitches, 1 out. We are headed to the 9th inning. Tigers lead 2-1, trying to steal 1 game out of the weekend series in Arlington, Texas. How are you feeling now, my friend?
Will Vest, how do you like me now? Let's go, baby. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight fastballs. Wasn't messing around with this one, and he just blows Wyatt Langford away right there. That was incredible to see out of Will Vest, and it gives me confidence going into the 9th inning to go against Seager, Simeon, Garcia.
Heart of the order.
You're going to have to be ready going up against that heart of that order. Will Vest. That's exactly why A.J. Hinch went to him for that 4-out save, excuse me. This is why. That confidence right there in 3 straight pitches that Wyatt Langford wasn't able to catch up to.
That's right. 1 down, 3 to go, but he is facing the heart of the order. Had no issues with Langford, but Seager and Garcia have been playing well throughout the weekend, so we'll see what he's able to do. But your Detroit Tigers have an opportunity to tack on a few more runs here at the top of the 9th. Excited. Excited, and I'm excited for you guys in the Super Chat as well. Again, I've doubled the Super Chat, so anything that you Super Chat through the rest of the game, you're going to get twice the spots on the prize wheel. We're going to spin that once the game is concluded, and we're going to send these off to you guys. Whoever wins, Junior Caminero rookie card, and a few other awesome Tiger stuff.
Yeah, awesome to see you there. Make sure you guys get your Super Chats in. I saw one from just a real chat, and of course it's got to be negative. It's from Sonic. Let's be real, Rangers suck. Rangers are one game over 500 in the wild card race. This game means everything to the Rangers, probably more to the Rangers than the Detroit Tigers, and I'm feeling pretty good with Will Vest at back there. But to feel even better, keep talking about it, let's get a little insurance run, because those three guys that we just hit on, Seager, Simeon, and Garcia, can all leave the yard, which, you know, you make one mistake. That's what they can do. So it'd be good to see the Tigers get the leadoff guy on here and try to get one more insurance run.
If Matt Vierling just went to Planet Fitness a little bit more, that would have been a home run. Planet Fitness, man, it's judgment-free. Make sure you hit it up.
Just a Fan says, where's Graydon? Yeah, exactly. Just a Fan shout out as Detroit Tigers back on in the top of the ninth. As
wild curveball missed well outside there. Tigers really with an opportunity to get the insurance that you keep speaking of. They've gotten one so far. We'd love to see them get another. Here's the pitch. Low strike, just clipped it. Nice pitch there. Zach McKinstry, with a single and a walk and that big RBI earlier in the game. Another outside curveball from Bushley.
Funky looking change up there, Anson. That looked like it almost had some
lot of movement there.
Skubal's change up, the way it went, little left or right almost. That was a wild curveball. I haven't seen one like that.
Bushley, a lot of movement, but he can't seem to get it over the plate, and he doesn't again there with the cutter.
And we talked about Zach McKinstry being a menace on the base pass, Anson. If he could draw a walk here, you could almost certainly see him stealing second, putting himself in scoring position to give the Tigers another opportunity here as he's looking at a 3-1.
Right over the plate there with a fastball. He's able to touch it, but it goes foul. McKinstry staying alive here. Full count, 3-2 against Bushley. Top of the ninth, Tigers up 2-1 in Arlington.
Michigander, can we get the night show back? I'll do it for free. Shout out Michigander, the night show. That was my debut on Woodward Sports. Zach McKinstry, 3-2.
Drives it to the center fielder, but it doesn't get down. Nice. Was able to put the bat on the ball pretty well there. Just couldn't drive it to the spot that he wanted to. So we've got one out. Two more left in the ninth for the Tigers, and then we will see Will Vest try and seal this thing up.
103 off the bat there from Zach, but it looked like two baseballs that he could have really handled right there, and he wasn't able to get a hit. Would have really seemed to like Zach McKinstry get on to lead this one off, as Trey Sweeney looks like he's trying to do some damage. He's a really streaky hitter. It'd be a big spot for him right now.
Yep. A couple of guys that could use the confidence the way that Vierling might have done with the hit today, getting that RBI. If some of these guys that are sitting at the bottom of the offense can get some hits in some timely moments, maybe they can turn this offense around a little bit. Everybody's worried about the relief. I'm worried about the offense.
I'm right there with you, Anson. This team is going to have to put up more than 2 runs as Trey Sweeney.
That thing bounced right between, right, he followed that thing off the dirt right between the catcher's legs. That was an interesting one. This Bushley, he's got a lot of movement. I'm not sure I'm excited about him as a pitcher, but it's fun watching him pitch.
Yeah, it is. That curveball was something in its own right. But Trey Sweeney here, down 0-2. Going to need to battle back in this at-bat.
And here's the pitch. High and inside. He takes. Sweeney patient so far.
Maybe could have dipped down that elbow a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking it right off the elbow guard. Or am I just asking for things that aren't going to happen?
Hey, get on base however you can. Get on base however you can.
That little guy's having a blast.
Pitch
way to lay off.
Low and laid off by Sweeney there. Making him battle.
Sean Salas says Tigers do no damage on first pitch fastballs down the middle. They have not been able to do damage on the misses from the pitchers today. There's just no doubt about that.
And a tough pitch to lay off of. Sinker inside, just clipped the zone. And a K for Bushley, his second of the night. Tigers down to 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Hopefully give themselves a little bit more room to breathe as they have a 2-1 lead in Texas tonight. Tigers doing what they can to work their way to a victory on the road.
Trying. That was a great two-seam fastball. Right there's
a shot.
Rips one.
Ooh.
Great two-seam fastball right there from Bushley, as it looked like it was going at Trey Sweeney's knee, and then it was able to bounce right back down the corner of the strike zone. But Trey Sweeney has to really stick in there on that. No matter how much it looks like it's coming at you, you got to battle, and he let that one for a called third as Colt Keith is going up against a righty where he's been able to do some damage.
Yeah, he took the first one for a ride, just foul. Way outside on the changeup from Bushley there. Evens the count up at 1-1. Colt Keith would love to put a run up on the board here.
This is a guy that can change the game with one swing of the bat, and right now Colt Keith going up against a righty, it's a good spot for him.
Another guy that could use a confidence hit right here. Bushley delivers over the middle, and he drives it back, most likely out of play. Catcher tracks it for a moment, but lets it go. 1-2's the count. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth for the Tigers, who are up 1-0 here. And hopefully they can add one on here, but we will see Will Vest for 3 more outs, as we saw him at the end of the 8th to get 1.
Big spot for Colt.
Colt takes one inside.
Great take there by Colt Keith, seeing that cutter, and that's a ball that you're doing absolutely no damage on if you even are able to hit it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's a tough pitch to lay off of sometimes. Colt battling here. Count is 2-2. And he takes another one low. Patience so far.
Great take, as Charles McLean says, could Tigers bring up Lee, who was Harris's first move, and go get a shortstop with Javi and Sweeney both struggling? I do like Howie Lee, but
there's the pitch in the dirt, and they are going to take a free base for Colt Keith. So Tigers extend the top of the ninth just a bit here as Colt reaches on a walk.
Yeah, shout out, Charles, for that super chat. To that liking, I think they're going to let Javier Baez try to figure out what is going on as Gleyber Torres steps up to bat, and I just feel great when he's up there. I feel confident, and Gleyber can, really do something at any time, and I think he's going to give you a great at-bat here.
Yeah, he's been great all night, as well as last night. Drawing walks, getting the ball into play, and scoring what was the go-ahead second run of the game here. 1 on, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Gleyber Torres 3 for 3 with a walk today. Takes one outside. Patience. The guy is so patient.
So patient, and that's why we talked about it earlier a little bit. 3 singles, a walk, and a run. This is not a guy I'm letting get out of the organization if I'm the Detroit Tigers.
No, I agree with that. Take out the checkbook. Bushley takes out the sinker, and
missed it.
Gleyber was able to get some wood on it, but yes, he missed that one.
That was a missed opportunity from Gleyber, which I think he got a little excited on that one, if I'm going to be honest there, Anson. I think his eyes lit up.
Oh, yeah.
He'd maybe take him off of his, put a hit into his focus there a little bit, the way his eyes lit up for that one. Tried to take a big hack, wasn't able to connect, as the Detroit Tigers take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning in Arlington, trying to avoid 7 straight losses. Will Vest, where's your confidence level that he gets 3 of the best hitters on the Texas Rangers out?
It's a W, baby.
Yeah?
It's a W. Tigers are winning this game. I think that they probably had a little bit of a meeting, and they talked, hey, this isn't a must win, but we got to get right. You come out of an all-star break, and I know people downplay the all-star break, but you get tight. You change your routine for a few days, and when you come back, you can dial up that confidence immediately, or you can spiral a little bit, and they want to stop that spiral.
They do, and with Tarik Skubal on the mound and what he gave you tonight into Tyler Holton, obviously the only mistake being a pitch in the dirt, into Will Vest shutting the door here would give me a lot of confidence moving forward in this pitching staff and with a lead, because we saw Holton, we were able to see Herter last night pitch really well. We've seen Will Vest look good through his one at-bat against Wyatt Langford. Need to see Will Vest complete the job here, though, Anson, because if Will Vest starts getting in trouble, this Tiger team's not looking to add just one arm. They're looking to add 2, maybe 3 arms.
Yeah, they need to add at least one, and they need Canely to come back and be serviceable. He doesn't have to be as good as he was to start the season, but you've got to be able to use that guy in the 7th or 8th inning when you need him. And right now, I don't know how you go to him. I think his ERA for the month is at 32, something crazy like that. So I would imagine that the Tigers go and get 1. I think that they go and get 2. But yeah, if Will Vest blows this save here against a team battling for the wild card, against a team that swept you already this season and ready to sweep you again, you've really got to dive deep and find multiple relievers for the bullpen.
For sure, as they are just showing on the screen, 14 comeback wins for the Texas Rangers. It's the 3rd fewest in the majors, but that doesn't give me any more confidence seeing Corey Seager up there.
No, not seeing Corey
for his clutch hitting.
And he takes one right up the center, but they had to shift out a little bit. Handled by short, and the first out is in the books of the bottom of the 9th. Tigers 2 outs away from ending their 6-game slide.
1 pitch, 1 out. Love to see it, Will Vest. Corey Seager was looking to do damage to that baseball, which he did, but luckily had the perfect shift on him as Trey Sweeney was playing up the middle. 2 more outs to get for Will Vest and the Tigers in this one to get off the schneid.
When I saw that come off the bat, I thought it was a base hit for sure. Until I realized, and another 1 pitch, fly out. Semien has struggled mightily today. He goes 0 for 4 with that one on the pop-up to right field. And we are 1 out away from our first victory since the All-Star break.
Tigers looking to close this one out as Will Vest looking to slam the door on a 4-out save for the Tigers. Corey Seager with his head down in the bullpen. I'd be surprised if he swings first pitch here.
And he doesn't.
First
fastball
pitch,
right down the pipe, too. Vest looking super sharp through 3 outs, looking for his 4th here to get the 4-out save. Garcia's been sharp, too, 1 for 3 with a double. Was very good last night, scored early for the Rangers. This is a guy that I would love to see us end this game with.
100% here. I'm really looking forward to Will Vest right here. As Garcia, he got some jammed on the inside. He's pissed at himself, Anson.
Absolutely.
How about a call to win this one?
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Garcia's going to battle, though, here. We're going to see a couple more pitches, I'm sure. 1-2, bottom of the 9th, 2 out. Garcia asked for timeout. 3rd time today he's asked for timeout to throw off the cadence of the pitcher here. Will Vest looking to close this one out. And he gets him with the strikeout!
Tigers win! Tigers win! Tigers win! This one, 2-1, Anson. Let's go. Will Vest shuts the door. 4-out save for this one, Anson. Tarik Skubal masterclass. Tyler Holton does his job. And Matt Vierling comes up clutch late in this one as the Tigers get their first victory after the All-Star game. They don't lose 7 straight. And it's the first victory doing the Woodward Tigers live show with you. Anson. Let's go.
We're 500. We are 500 right now.
How you feeling?
I feel great. I honestly felt good throughout this game. It felt completely different than last night did. As much as we had a shot last night, it never felt close. We felt like we were in control of this game the whole way. But to see Will Vest come in and dominate for 4 outs the way that he did kind of helps that worry about the bullpen a little.
100% does. Will Vest, 4-out save in this one. Will Vest, crazy. Will Vest, love what this guy is able to do. And everybody that was already coming at AJ for his ability and for him pulling Skubal when Tyler Holton didn't even give up a hit, but he goes to Will Vest for the 4-out save. How do you like him now? AJ Hinch is the best manager in baseball, and he proves that with this one. Going to Vest for the 4-out save. That's what the Detroit Tigers do. 9 hits in this one. They win with a score of 2-1 in a Tarik Skubal masterclass. Is there now 2-0 on prime time in Sunday Night Baseball. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, awesome way to end the weekend. Guys, listen, this is our first one. We're going to get so much better. We're going to have a lot of surprises for you guys each and every weekend, Saturday and Sunday Tiger games for the rest of the season. Oh, and those damn playoffs too. What we're absolutely here for. We appreciate you guys coming in. We got a little bit more time, and we're going to let our Tigers insider break down this game a little bit while I put the prize wheel together, because we got to send some of these cards home to you guys. How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling great. I don't like when the Tigers lose, obviously, Anson, and they lost 6 in a row. It was unlike this Tiger team, as Tyler Holton gets the win, Martin gets the loss, as Will Vest picks up his 16th save of the season. And this is what it's all about. And there's going to always be ups and downs in baseball. But to lose 6 straight as the best team in baseball, obviously you don't want to see it. The Dodgers have gone through big-time losing skids as well, so it happens to everybody. But this is really big for the Detroit Tigers to get this win before they're going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they're going to be going up against Paul Skeens as well in one of these matchups. So it's going to be tough, but I believe if they can get to Skeens, they can turn the 6-game losing streak into a possible 4-game winning streak if they're able to sweep the Pirates. Big time in this one. Want to shout out Steve O in the group in the Woodward Sports chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Shout out Gotta Live at 85, Xavier D, Sean Salas, Detroit Gunny, Jacob, Tribe, Tales from Tella, John F. and Lord, Just a Fan, Mark, Charles. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you guys for being a big part of this show, because it doesn't happen without you guys. And the Detroit Tigers get back on track for the first time since the All-Star break, and for the first time that we're doing this show. So great to see from the Detroit Tigers.
No doubt about it. And next weekend, we'll be back doing this. Our insider's going to be on the field, though, as we host the Blue Jays next weekend at Comerica Park. So we'll have a surprise in here for you, but of course we'll have Nick on as well, because he knows baseball, baby. But I've got this wheel generated here. If we can have our young Padawan Jedi here zoom in a little bit. I am going to shuffle it 4 times, because 4 is my number. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go ahead and spin this thing. All right, good luck, guys. We appreciate all of you guys coming in, supporting us, supporting the chat, supporting Woodward Sports in total here. And it looks like we got Mike Reed. Mike Reed, you're taking this home. And for everybody that you guys tuned in the 2 to 4 when we were doing these prizes, all of them are going out on Monday. All right, guys. I apologize for the delay. Had a couple of things shaking up here at the station, as you know, but it's all for the better. Tomorrow morning, you got to be there. The very first Sean Belizean in the morning with Maz. Guys all love Maz. Guys all love Belizean as well. So make sure you're here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. And then, of course, you'll be on with the heavyweights from 5 to 7, correct?
Every single day of the week, make sure you guys check out the Woodward Heavyweights along with all of our shows. But the heavyweights do it better than anybody else. Spencer and Easy on the desk, Chris and I in the booths, and we got the best intern in the world, and his name is Skywalker, and he's TDing for us tonight. Skywalker, you feeling good about that W?
Let's go Tigers, baby. We needed that win. It's great to be a Tigers fan tonight.
It's great to work with you for the first time. I've been hearing glowing reviews about you, my friend. Good to have you.
Likewise, Anson. Everyone, make sure to tune into Woodward Tigers.
That's right. That's
yeah.
right, baby. Well, listen, guys, you enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. On behalf of myself, Anson Wells, our Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff.
Let's go, baby! Come on, baby! Tigers win! Tigers win! Tigers win!
And, of course, on behalf of Anakin and our Detroit Tigers, Woodward Sports live stream. We'll be back next weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow as well.
Peace.